Yeah, yeah. Well, no, now you've steamed some suits. Now here we are. Good morning. Where are we?
We're in Arizona, Canby.
The Canby, early in the morning. That's a nice suit. Yes. Wow, look at me in the reflection.
Oh, wow, that's
See me in the reflection?
yeah.
I'm going in for hair replacement number 4. All right, so let's talk about what you're talking about today. What are you talking about today?
We're talking about the 6 mistakes to avoid if your home is ever damaged by a storm.
All right, and you need to talk louder. Even in this restaurant.
All right.
That's why I do it in the restaurant.
Okay.
So you can get used to being loud, even in uncomfortable circumstances, especially in uncomfortable circumstances, right?
Right.
So what are you talking about today?
I'm talking about the 6 mistakes to avoid if your home is ever damaged in a storm.
Very good. That's exactly what I like.
All right, good.
And what's the first mistake to avoid?
The first mistake to avoid is not having your home inspected by a qualified inspector who knows how to identify everything that's damaged.
That is very good. Yeah, we'll take the private area. That other room? Yeah, that's good. Let's go. We just got kicked out. We did good. I had this room once before. Let's see. We'll put you at the head. I had this room once before. Remember?
I think so.
Yeah, but I didn't get kicked out.
If we're doing this, we could either like anywhere back there is where we see the most, so that you'll be right in the middle of everything.
See, I don't really care, but if it's bothering your people,
It could.
yeah.
I'll get some cream.
That we don't. He's got
No,
cream.
I'm good.
He's got
Yeah,
cream.
I'm
We're good. All right. Wow. Look at this nice lighting too. I like it. You know what I liked about what you were doing is you were doing stuff with your eyes too.
All right.
On purpose.
I was, yes. Good, bad?
I like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. Look, I believe it's a little bit awkward, but you're just beginning,
Okay.
so it'll get better. But I like it.
So, I was exaggerating. I'm just trying to talk with my face and my hands and facial expressions.
Yes. That's all
So,
good.
okay.
That's all
And
good.
it's just too mechanical.
Just a little awkward because it's new.
Okay.
But as you get used to doing it, you'll do more and more, and it'll be easier for you.
All right.
Good. Look how good this looks.
Yeah, look at
Right?
Good.
Yeah. All right, good. So what's the second mistake?
The second mistake that homeowners make is not actually turning in a claim. They
Okay, you gotta spit this out. It seems like you're trying to think of what to say.
Okay.
Second mistake is not actually turning in the claim.
Yes.
Right? You don't have to pause on that.
Yeah.
Just get right through it.
The second mistake is not actually turning in a claim when you have legitimate damage.
Ending up, I love it. Yeah, very nice. Yeah. Now talk about that a little bit.
Most homeowners, they're afraid to turn in their insurance claim because they think their rates are going to go up. But the reality is, homeowners insurance is not like car insurance. Dorothy, she didn't drive Auntie M's house with little Toto into the tornado. No, the tornado hit the house.
All right, let's modify that, okay? If you're in Glendale and some cell parks itself over your neighborhood for half a day and floods out the whole neighborhood, right? Let's just make it like he was saying,
Right?
right? That's not your fault.
Got it.
Don't be afraid. That's why you pay your insurance premiums.
So the third mistake homeowners make is not actually turning in a claim. If a storm cell sits over your neighborhood in Glendale and pours for 45 minutes and floods the place out, it's not your fault. Yeah?
Exactly.
I could go on more with that.
Great, let's go to number 5. Number 5,
mistake-
I'm skipping.
Oh, okay. But mistake number 5 is actually committing fraud by intentionally damaging your house so that you make sure it gets paid for, or cheaping out by trying to get your home or your contractor to be your deductible for you. You can't do that. You have to pay your own deductible.
All right, why is this difficult for you to spit this out?
Because it's early, probably.
All right, well, okay, good. So say it again a couple times. Fifth mistake.
Fifth mistake homeowners make is actually committing fraud by intentionally damaging their property to make sure it gets covered, or by trying to convince their contractor to pay their deductible for them.
All right, instead of saying them and their, you got to say you and your. Second mistake you can make when your house is damaged in a storm is committing fraud, like going up on the roof and doing extra damage to the roof so that it looks like it's got damaged more by the storm. That's called fraud. You go to jail for that.
Okay.
Okay? Or if you try to get your contractor to pay the deductible for you, that's not allowed. You go to jail for that.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
Or if you falsify receipts to try to inflate what you spent to get reimbursed by the insurance company, that's called insurance fraud. You can go to jail for that.
Got it. Okay.
Try that.
The fifth mistake that homeowners make is actually committing fraud by going up on the roof and creating more damage so that it looks bad, and you think that they'll cover more. It looks worse. The second mistake you make is by trying to convince your contractor
or just not the second mistake, because this is the fifth mistake,
Got
right?
it.
Right?
Yeah.
So is committing fraud as part of your insurance claim, like going up on your roof and doing extra damage so it looks worse, or trying to get your contractor to pay your deductible for you. That's fraud. You go to jail. Or by falsifying your receipts so that you get reimbursed more than you actually paid by the insurance company. That's called fraud. You go to jail. Don't ever do any of those things. It's not worth it.
Yeah,
Okay?
you did great. Okay. You did really good. Okay. The fifth mistake is committing fraud by actually going up on the roof and creating more damage so that it looks like more happened and more gets covered. Or trying to convince your contractor to pay your deductible for you. You can't do that. Or falsifying documents, turning in receipts that are not exactly right so that you get more money from the insurance company than you actually spent. That's all not good. You can go to jail for all of that. It ended wrong on that.
Right. You should end on, that's called insurance fraud. You go to jail.
Right.
Right?
You can go to jail.
Yeah. Okay, good. Very good. Let's go back to the fourth mistake. What's your fourth mistake?
The fourth mistake is not having your qualified expert at your house when the insurance adjuster comes to do his inspection to make sure you get everything covered that got damaged.
Good. He's a pro at doing this stuff. He's the only one who should talk to the insurance adjuster. Never you.
I can't necessarily give that recommendation, but you have to dance around that because as a contractor, you're not really allowed to negotiate with the insurance company. You have to have like a special license for that. All we can do is talk scope. I mean, we do it all the time, but we have to like talk it around it.
All right. What's the sixth mistake?
The sixth mistake is not actually doing the repairs. You know, when the storm happens, all of this stuff got damaged and can be repaired, and by not replacing it, you risk not having coverage in the future if another storm bomb comes and hits your house because they already paid you once to repair something that you didn't repair the first time around.
Is that what we're trying to say?
It's part of it, yeah.
I thought it was the sixth mistake is not doing the repairs. You only have a year in most states.
That is true.
Is that true in Arizona?
I don't know what the statute is in Arizona. I'll have to look it up quick.
Okay. The
It
sixth,
doesn't matter because insurance companies write whatever language they want.
right. Sixth mistake is not doing the repairs. A lot of companies, a lot of states, you can't get the repairs done if you let it go for more than a year. You got to get it done within a year, and if you don't, you're never going to get it done. And now you got a damaged roof, and it could destroy your whole house.
Right. Yeah, the biggest problem is that if they pay you, if they give you half the money for the roof up front and you don't repair your roof, now more damage happens next year, they will give you 0 because they already paid you. You're done, and you're outside of your limit for fixing it.
Yeah.
You don't get the holdback back. It's the holdback you don't get if you don't do the repairs within 6 months or a year. So, yes.
Go ahead.
So the idea is that I'm going to be in the chair. He's going to answer questions. I ask me questions. I'm going to be the loud, crazy guy, ending up making all the noise, entertaining everybody.
That's exactly what this is all about.
All right.
100%.
All right.
This is your transformation.
Okay.
Good. We were talking about this last night, how people don't know how to make money from TV, how to use this media, how to be good on TV. People think, oh, I've been watching TV my whole life, how hard could it be? But watching it and being on it are different things. And you have no idea what it's going to take to get a good performance until you start doing it and appreciating things that Clint is telling you to do. Then you'll get it. You do the things that you're going to do. You do the things you've been rehearsing in here, and you'll see the signal loss is going to mute that all down.
Okay. This is like, no, okay, yeah.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
There's only 1080p. There's only 4K of information being transmitted. And that is going to reduce everything that you just did and make it not seem so big.
And it doesn't matter in the studio because there's 10 people there or whatever. That's not who you're broadcasting to.
There's not 10 people there. There's you and the guy. There's me. And there's 1 or 2 other people in the room.
Okay. And thousands out there.
Yeah. People out there. Exactly.
Right.
Who don't know who you are, who'll never see you again. Unless you're like me. This is like my 6th time on this show.
Got it.
Yeah. Good. What do you mean you don't know what your comfort zone is anymore? What does that mean?
I mean, I don't even know what my comfort zone is. I've been so uncomfortable with this, and also with things in life that I can't say I'm outside my comfort zone. I don't even know where that exists anymore. I'm always outside of my comfort zone. So I'm like, this is definitely I guess a different road, another level of uncomfortable.
How long have you been operating outside of your comfort zone?
Oh my gosh. 2000, since 2000. I mean, that's when I probably really stepped out of my comfort zone and
Is that the
did something
Superstorm?
bold. No, that was when I quit my job and started my own company. Had nothing, and I don't know what I was gonna do, how I was gonna do it. That was definitely uncomfortable, leaving that security of know what's gonna happen. And then just throughout my life, trying things. Like I always say, if a door opens, I have a responsibility to go through it.
Yeah.
No matter how crazy it seems, I don't let myself think like that. I gotta check the door out, right?
Yeah.
It opened for a reason.
Yeah.
And if it sucks, then I can close it. But always it seems like those doors lead to another door. And every time it's a step to another level of uncomfortable. It's a dark room. You can feel your way around, turn the lights on and figure out how that room looks. And then by the time you get it figured out and you're comfortable again, another freaking door opens. Like, well, what are you going to stay here?
I tell you, when we went into the Dine in the Dark,
Uh-huh.
it's a good thing you guys didn't go, I think.
Why?
Because I got really nervous inside.
Really?
It was so dark. It was so dark.
Yeah, that could have caused some traumatic experiences.
Or it might have been a breakthrough. Might have caused a
maybe.
breakthrough.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I got anxiety about
Really?
it. Yeah. I mean, it's not like I had an anxiety attack.
Right.
But I went in there and I was really surprised at how uncomfortable I was.
Really?
Yeah.
It's actually probably really good then.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Who knows
You know,
what- yeah.
at some point that girl's gotta, break through,
Right.
right? But I will tell you, we walked in that place and I felt stress when I walked in. I felt my heartbeat change. I felt my breathing change. I felt like, whoa, I was seriously out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever done anything like that. I don't know. Everybody's been in scary situations. you know,
Yeah.
different levels of scary, and what's scary for one person is not scary for another person.
Right.
And what gives you stress wouldn't give me stress, or what gives me stress wouldn't give you stress. I mean, everybody has their own
It was cool.
stuff.
It was very cool. I remember eating in the dark where nobody can see you. That's a very interesting thing.
Yeah.
It was very interesting. I'm sorry you missed it, but it might have been a good thing. I don't know.
Everything happens for a reason. Literally everything does. So, yeah, you gotta make peace with stuff sometimes.
Go ahead.
So I was thinking yesterday about a segment you do with Marilyn Monroe, and I don't want to say I didn't get it before, but I got it at a different level.
Okay,
Yesterday
how
it
so?
hit me at a different level. Just that she was Marilyn Monroe, and thinking about her picture in the subway, and nobody really knew who she was. And I think the thing that clicked is I heard you again say in my head, as she was walking up the stairs, she said, "Are you ready to see her?" And what she meant by that was that she was about to transform into a different human. Physiologically, I'm sure her smile changed, everything about her aura changed when she hit the top step. And that's it. She put on the equivalent of her tool belt, clicked it in, and went to work. And
Yeah.
she turned it on. So I'm figuring out what my on is, right? I'm struggling with the tool belt, just like I did the very first day, and where everything goes. But once you figure that out, what you're on, then that's when I think that's when it comes together. I know it's awkward.
Yeah.
Everything's awkward. Your first day on a new job's awkward. Everything about it. But yeah, just thinking about the Marilyn Monroe segment of, she really mentally realized she was flipping a switch. Who she was on the first step was different than who she was at the top step. And probably not a lot of people actually knew her, like really knew her, because she wasn't on all the time. She couldn't be. She was probably exhausted after she was on, because it's mentally tiring probably for her to be that.
I don't know. All I know is that you're right. It is like clipping on your tool belt. And you, as a new celebrity, you have to learn what are the things you're going to have in the tool belt.
Right.
What are the things you're going to use that are going to resonate for you, that are going to be easy for you to do, that are going to make sense for you in your personal brand. I mean, you're doing very well with your costume. This is a very nice costume you have here.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, it takes a lot of people a long time for some reason to get a nice costume. But you seem to have had an easy go of at least beginning with that. But now you're needing to figure out how to turn it on and be that guy.
It's the 20%, like 80% showing up. I think I'm doing all the easy stuff. The easy stuff is the costume and getting here, which is not easy. But that's the easy part. The 20% is that has to come from inside. That's the part I have to figure out, and I will. I just will.
Good. Very good. All right, sir. This is you. This is you. In you go. How you doing today? All right. All right, we're going over to the TV station. If we get some AC, we're good, and we're gonna start our vocal warm-ups now. All right, gug 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 gug. Ga 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 All right, thank you. Thanks a lot. All right. Here we go. Arizona's own AZTV7. God bless this place. Have you seen this in any of the videos?
No,
In the members area? Well, you haven't been watching the
I
video.
haven't. No.
Look at that. Welcome, Tony Silva. HomeRepair.com. Hey, how you doing?
Great. How are you?
Awesome. Thank you. Nice to be back.
Aaron.
Hey, Aaron. Clint Arthur. Nice to see you. This is Tony Silva.
Hey, Tony Silva.
Tony.
Good to meet you.
You guys come together last time.
No, I had someone else. We came to see the horse. Where is the horse here yet?
I gotta go check. I gotta find out.
We came to see the horse.
That would be great if the horse is here. We're actually gonna film the horse before the show outside.
Yeah.
Go ahead and watch if you want.
Yeah, that's what we came for. We came to see the horse.
You guys check.
You got to sign in.
Alright. Clint?
Yep.
Becoming a celebrity. LivingLegends2019.com.
Yeah.
Tony,
Yes, sir.
Storm Damage Home Survival, CEO, Home Repair, everything.
That's right.
You guys want wires or anything like that?
No, thank you.
You know where the green room is?
Yeah.
Hang out there. I'll let you know when the horse is.
Awesome. Thank you very much. There he is. Where's the horse?
You gotta see a man about it? Thanks again for last night. That was really fun.
My pleasure. It was a lot of fun.
That was fun, man.
How you doing?
That's
Good.
what thanks, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Look at you with the gifts and everything.
Beware horses and gifts.
Uh-oh.
That's if they're together.
Uh-oh.
7:10, they're gonna be here.
What's the green screen for?
It was actually for supper shoot.
Oh, okay.
Totally.
Cool.
We have a SAT 708. We were gearing up for it with Dan Abrams. You know, he always does a great interview.
Cool.
So, all good.
Awesome.
You guys sleep okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, it's good.
Thank you.
Good.
Good to see you.
Okay.
All right, don't worry about us.
I'm not. The horse will show up that side of the building. If you have
Okay, cool.
to. Yeah, so.
This is the studio. It's very low key.
Hello,
How's it going?
how we doing?
Awesome.
My name is Chris.
Hey, I'm Clint Arthur.
Clint Arthur.
Hey, Tony Silva.
Tony Silva. Good to meet you guys.
Good to meet
All
you.
right.
We have.
Hey guys, I'm
Hey,
Brent.
hey,
The
Clint
audio for
Arthur.
the show.
Hey, Brett. Tony Silva.
Tony, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Hey. Hey, I'm Clint.
Hey, Clint Silva. Tony
wanted
Silva.
to check right here to ensure all spelling and lower thirds looked correct for the show.
That looks good. And Clint, good. LivingLegends2019.com. Very nice.
Awesome. Sweet.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yep. Very low key.
See a horse?
I don't see any horses. All right. While we're waiting for the horse, we'll go over here to my favorite little rehearsal spot. A lot of times they do shoots right there. I can't believe Ed was going to bring the horse in this building. You can't bring a horse like that in this building. This is an office building. All right, let's go sit down right here. All right. What's the second mistake people make?
Second mistake people make is not. Oh man.
All right, let's start with the first mistake. What's the first mistake?
The first mistake people make is not having their home inspected.
You're talking about them and there.
Okay.
Okay.
The first mistake you make is not having your home inspected after a storm by a qualified person who knows how to inspect and find everything that's damaged.
Why is there all that pausing?
I don't know.
Don't pause like that. Do it
Nervous?
again. Oh, I thought you weren't nervous.
Well, I told you as soon as I came in the door here.
What's the first mistake?
The first mistake people make, the first mistake you make, is not actually having your house
How
inspected.
about the first mistake you need to avoid? How about that?
Okay.
The first mistake you need to avoid.
The first mistake you need to avoid is not actually having your house inspected after a storm.
Good. Talk a little bit about that.
Okay. You know, by a qualified inspector who knows how to check everything and find everything that's been damaged.
There has to be a little bit more.
Yeah, as a homeowner, you don't know what to look for. How do you? I mean, a lot of times you're not even home when something happens. The untrained eye has no idea. For example, a roof. You're 40 feet away from your driveway. How do you know what's happening way up there? If you don't have a trained expert going up there to
Okay.
look around.
Good. So, at what point should you call in an expert to assess storm damage?
So most people don't realize it only takes a wind speed of 58 miles an hour to actually damage your home. And that thunderstorm in the Phoenix area, I mean, the other day we had a windstorm that was 98 mile an hour winds.
Here in
Gusts
Phoenix?
Here in Phoenix. Like, I know there's damage, and most people, they don't know. They weren't home when that even happened. It was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They don't know. Maybe they find a shingle in their backyard. They think it's their neighbor's because they don't see it. It's yours, and it's gonna leak.
That's very good.
Yeah.
That's what you need to say. Okay, so I would say the first mistake to avoid is not having your home inspected after a storm. It only takes a 58 mile an hour wind to damage your roof. And I know a couple days ago we had 90 mile an hour winds here in Phoenix. If you're walking around in your backyard and you find a shingle, it's not your neighbor's, it's yours.
Right.
And that means your roof is going to be leaking. So get somebody out to inspect it for storm damage. Okay?
Right.
The second mistake, then you go into the second mistake.
Or you can even not finding a shingle. Even if you don't find a shingle, just there might be one. You know, I mean, most insurance companies recommend that you have your home inspected once a year, or after major storms. A major storm is anything over 58 miles an hour, or a hailstone the size of a quarter. In the last 8 months, in the Phoenix market, there have been over 8 hailstorms with stones larger than a quarter. That can cause damage.
Okay, great. Don't say in the Phoenix market, say right here in Phoenix.
Even it hasn't been here in Phoenix?
Right here in Phoenix.
Okay.
Because where are you now?
Phoenix.
Right here in Phoenix. You're right. If you're right here in Phoenix, you should say right here in Phoenix.
Okay.
So in the last 8 months, is that what you said?
Since 8 months, yeah.
In the last 8 months, there have been how many?
8.
There have been 8, count them, 8 storms that have produced hailstones larger than a quarter.
Yes.
Okay? If your neighborhood got hit by hail, you should have your roof inspected.
Right. You want to have, yeah, that's probably another thing, but I actually had we had a hailstorm hit, I don't want to say exactly where, but in New Jersey somewhere. And the local police chief literally went on Facebook and made announcements to everybody that people that were knocking on their doors saying that there was damage, that they were all scammers, and don't answer your door, run them out of town, call the police on them because it was a joke. It was not true, it was fraud. The police chief did. He shut that thing down. And for the next 6 months, we had to overcome the police chief because he didn't know.
Don't say any of that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Don't say any of that.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
That's true.
I get it, but don't say any of that.
Yeah.
Stick to the stuff that's rehearsed.
Right.
Okay? We want to be able to get right through it.
Right.
No pausing. Okay, what's the first mistake?
First mistake is not having your home inspected after a storm.
Now, let me ask you this. Where are you going to be looking?
I'm going to be looking at the audience everywhere.
Okay, I want you to try mostly to look at the host
Okay.
and occasionally to look out.
Okay.
Just occasionally. Don't be so worried about that. You're not gonna get 100% on this. Don't try to get 100%. Don't
Okay.
try.
Okay.
What I want you to do is I just want you to focus on the talking points and doing a good performance of the talking points.
Okay.
Okay? You're not going to be Simon Cowell after the first interview on AZ7.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
You don't need to be. It's not the purpose here.
Okay.
Okay? What's the first mistake?
The first mistake is not actually having your home inspected.
Why do you
after-
say actually?
I don't know.
Take out that word.
Okay.
It's a bad word. There's a couple of like virus words. So, actually, absolutely, those are the main ones. Okay? Lose the actually. Start again. What's the first mistake?
The first mistake is not having your home inspected after a storm.
Thank you. Isn't that much better?
Yeah.
Much cleaner, right?
Yeah.
Good. What's the first mistake?
The first mistake is not having your home inspected after a storm.
Good. Say that 10 times.
The first mistake is not having your house inspected after a storm. The first mistake
Faster.
The first mistake is not having your house inspected after a storm.
Good. That's how it should be.
The first mistake is not having your house inspected after a storm.
Good.
The first mistake is not having your house inspected after a storm.
Good. 7 more times.
The first mistake is not having your house inspected after a storm. The first mistake is not having your house inspected after a storm.
Good.
The first mistake is not having your house inspected after a storm.
Yeah.
The first mistake is not having your house inspected after a storm.
Yeah.
The first mistake is not having your house inspected after a storm. After a storm. The first mistake is not having your house inspected after a storm.
Yes.
The
That's
first
good.
mistake is not having your house inspected after a storm.
Very good. I think you should just go into it. It's like, if the wind speeds exceed 58 miles an hour, or if there are hailstorms larger than the size of a quarter, that can do significant damage to your house, and you should have your house inspected.
Yes.
That's what you should say.
Yeah. So just the first mistake is not having your house inspected after a storm, because most people don't realize it only takes a 58 mile per hour wind or a hailstone the size of a quarter to do significant damage to your home.
Did the horse come yet?
I have the horse.
You have the horse?
I have the horse.
Oh man, we're looking for you.
Sorry, I didn't know it's hard.
No worries.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're behind the Panera?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you have to come in through here,
Okay.
and then go around the back over there, and that'll take you to the back over there. Here,
Okay.
come with me. I'm going to introduce you to the production team, because we're just guests who came excited to see the horse. Okay? Hey, guys, I got the guy with the horse. The guy, he's got the horse.
I just didn't know where to go.
He didn't know where to go.
I'm Aaron. Nice to meet you.
He's behind the Panera.
Park behind the there because I just didn't know where to
That's perfect?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Set up. Give me 2 minutes, okay?
go. Okay.
You want water or anything like that?
I'm a man with a horse, Clint.
Let's go see the horse.
Is there a way to get out there this way?
What's up, Brett? So my understanding of where we will be shooting it, we're going to be shooting it on this side.
Okay.
Thanks. Oh, wow, perfect.
Alright, well, so is the trailer good there, or should I be moving inside?
Trailer's just fine.
Yeah, that looks good.
Trailer's fine there. You can stay in there. We're probably still at least 6 minutes before my producer can come out and talk to you.
Oh, okay, yeah, then I'll leave him inside for a while.
What's the name of the horse?
His name's Bodacious.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow, how old is he?
he's 2 years old.
Oh, wow.
But he showed all over the nation this year. He won the big show here in February, and then he just got back from Canada where he was unanimous Canadian national champion.
Holy cow.
So he's been around, and then we're getting ready for this show coming up. And
He must be so badass.
he's like,
He must have such an ego, too, right? Yeah.
He knows he's the best.
Having your professional there to meet with your adjuster, that's the fourth mistake. Not having the guy that inspected your house, found all the damage, not there to meet with your adjuster to show them everything you found. Get it all covered.
Good. What's the third mistake?
The third mistake is, wait, that was the third mistake. Which one did you ask me for?
I asked you for the fourth.
Oh, the fourth mistake is going it alone. The fourth mistake is going it alone and trying to get multiple bids and trying to save money. It's getting, the insurance company said that they're going to have $20,000 of damage and you think you're going to find someone to do it for 10 and make 20 grand. You can't do it. It doesn't work that way.
Good. What's the second mistake?
Second mistake is,
Keys, please.
second mistake is not actually turning in a claim.
Actually?
The second mistake is not turning in a claim
There you
when
go.
you have legitimate damage.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're afraid that your insurance rates are going to go up. But look, homeowners insurance is not like car insurance. It's not your fault. If a storm bomb comes over Glendale and it just rains on your house for 45 minutes and causes all kinds of damage, that's not your fault.
And they cannot
And
raise
they
your
cannot-
rates.
And they cannot raise your rates over a natural disaster.
Good. That's why you pay,
That's why you pay.
right? What's the fifth mistake?
The fifth mistake is committing fraud. Going up on your roof and creating more damage so it looks really bad and everything, they pay for a whole new roof. Or faking documents, turning in receipts that say you spent more than you actually spent so that you can make more. Or telling your contractor to pay your deductible for you because you don't want to pay it. You can't do that. All three of those things will get you put in jail.
Good.
Hi.
That's bodacious.
Yeah. Hey, Bodacious.
He was born to do stuff. Again, it's just been over. Early 90s, late 80s. And so I've been around horses as long as I can remember. My dad's also a professional trainer.
Have any of you ever written a book about it?
There are trainers that have written books about it, but I have not.
Do you have like a favorite horse?
I have that comment.
You do.
Promises made, promises kept.
Everyone gets the same care.
This is bodacious. Yeah, I let him know we'll be doing a live today, so it'll air this morning.
Oh yeah, in the show. This way, nice news before it gets crazy out here.
Yeah. That's good.
Isn't it?
He's very
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful horse.
So he'll actually be showing this one in the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But he's like, what is he? He's a champion.
He's Canadian national champion. He won the Scottsdale Arabian Marshal Annie. won this horse show that we're promoting last year. So he's won all of it.
What do you get for that?
High five.
Pat on the back.
He gets all the glory.
Brad, one more time. Perfect.
Look how the light just is attracted to Kenny. It's so amazing.
Alright, everyone's got a bag right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta move around. Yeah. All right.
All right,
Right? Yeah.
here we go. 3, 2, wait for his cue.
All right, I said I was gonna see a man about a horse. Well, I'm seeing a very young man about a horse. Kenny McDonald here. How old are you?
21 years.
21 years old, and you are handling Let's talk about the show that's coming up, because this is a very important show, because we need to teach people the difference between the shows, because I was thinking it was one where they ride in, they do the dances and everything like that. This is more like we see with the dog shows, right?
Exactly. So this is the in-hand division. We're showing at the horse show called the Arabian National Breeders' Finals. It starts September 25th through the 28th. And basically, what it is kind of like a bodybuilding contest is with a beauty pageant. You know, so we spend all of our time practicing, preparing to do their poses like you'd see dog stack, and then as well as conditioning them. You know, they all have very strict diets, and you know, we try to build that muscle the best we can.
Why Arabian horses to do this?
You know, Arabians are very versatile. They have a lot of different purposes and shown in a lot of different ways, but they are really known for their natural beauty. So you know, it's just another way to show it.
Man, this is amazing. Now, you're very young. How long have you been riding horses all your life, right?
My whole life, you know, I'm a third generation horseman. My grandpa started breeding horses in the late 80s or 90s. You know, it's just kind of a passion of the family ever since.
All right, where do Arabian horses come from? Because I know we're in Arizona, and they're not called Arizona horses.
Exactly. So Arabian horses can be traced back through lineage all the way to the Bedouin times in Saudi Arabia. You know, they're traced all over the world now. You know, you got horses in Europe, in the Middle East, in Australia, in South Africa, in Africa, everywhere. So you know, they really come from the deserts in the Middle East, but then you just have grown.
Well, I mean, this is just a beautiful horse here, and that's what's great about this event. That you can come out, it's free. I heard.
It's free, yeah. It's family friendly, free. Everyone's welcome.
So, and this is amazing. So, could I bring my Clydesdale?
I mean, you could, but it would have been a good show.
I can't show the Clydesdale.
You can't show the show.
Oh man, I love to see the Clydesdale. So then, where do they go after this? So after they're in Arizona, they go on to another region.
Well, so there's horse shows all
a man about a horse, young horse, you can too. And of course, you can see it all coming up September 25th. Weekend of the
Yeah, the 25th and the 28th.
I love it. All right, there you go, guys. We got more of the Daily Mix coming up just in a little bit.
This guy in his truck has to start his shit right in the middle of a segment. Like, you know, there's 1 minute to go. He's got to start making all kinds of noise. Nobody cares. Nobody thinks about anything but themselves. It's terrible. Now they got to reshoot it.
I said I was going to see a man about a horse. Well, I have found a young man about a horse. This is Kenny McDonald. We're talking about the Arabian competition.
People.
Hide that so it looks nice and clean. Perfect. Nice and slack. Alrighty. Awesome. Thank you, Tony. Thank you.
Are you guys from competing Chinese order
Hardly. Third mistake.
Third mistake is not having your expert who found all the damage there with your adjuster to make sure he sees everything and it all gets paid for.
Good.
All right, just real quick. Tony, 811. John, 826. Clint, 841.
I'm clean.
Gotcha.
Cool.
All right, everybody good? You got your props. You have $100, right?
$100 bill and a quarter.
$100 bill and a quarter, and then.
And I got
you
B-roll.
have B-roll. Perfect.
Thank you.
Yep.
You guys see the horse.
Yeah, man, we saw the horse.
Right on. You guys want water? So
Nice horse. We got water.
We got a gallon of lemonade right
Thank you. What's the fifth mistake?
Fifth mistake is committing fraud. Fraud. What's the 100 go for?
It's the second mistake.
Second mistake is not turning the claim because you're afraid your rates are going to go up.
That's the 100.
Got it. It's going to cost more money now. Third mistake is not having your expert there with the adjuster. Fourth mistake is trying to make money. They said 20,000. You're going to find someone to do it for 10. Put that in your pocket. Fifth mistake.
Oh, I get it. Rip that in half.
Okay.
Okay? So the third mistake is trying to make money on it, right? The insurance company is going to give you $100 to do the repairs. You're going to get them done for $50.
Should I say they're gonna give you 100? They're gonna say it's $100. Rip it in half. Give you half of it now. No.
No.
Don't do it.
No, rip it is good. They're gonna say they're gonna give you 100. Let's say they give you $100 to do this repair. You're gonna get it done for 50 and think you're gonna pocket the other 50. That's when you rip it slowly. You're gonna do it for 50 and think you're gonna save that 50 and get it. The only problem is they're never gonna give you that 50. They will only pay you for the actual repairs, for the repairs that you actually pay for.
Right. So rip it in.
Yeah.
So 1, quarter damage, no inspection. 2, afraid it's going to cost you money. Rates are going to go up.
Don't shake the props.
Oh, right.
Hold the prop
It's
still.
going to cost more money now.
Hold the prop right here by your face. There you go.
More. Third's not having the qualified expert that found all of the damage for you.
Yep.
There to show it all.
Yep.
Fourth is trying to make money on your claim. They say it's $100 to do the repairs, and
You get some guy to do it for 50.
you get some guy to do it for 50, thinking you're going to put the other 50 in your pocket, but they're never going to give you that other 50 because they only pay you what you actually spend.
Good. Good. Fifth mistake.
5 is fraud.
5 is fraud, right?
It's in the faking documents to say you actually spent the 100 so that you get that 50, but you didn't spend, or convincing your contractor to pay your deductible for you.
Or what's the third thing?
I see a good amount of work. So first mistake is convincing to pay your deductible.
Right?
faking documents,
right?
or creating more damage.
Creating more damage. Any one of those things is called insurance fraud. You could go to jail.
Right, that would put you in jail. Yeah. And then the fifth mistake is not doing repairs. 6 months to do them, and if you don't, you lose. Yeah, you're not going to get that other half.
You lose.
You lose.
Yeah, you lose. You got to get those repairs done in the time, or else you lose. Nice. Can I come in?
How we doing, buddy?
Good.
We can chill right here or the back corner. It's up to you.
Beautiful, inside and out, and if you fall down the stairs, you can fix it.
No.
30 seconds.
Tony, real quick. You can put that in the beginning, middle, or end.
In the middle-ish.
In the middle-ish.
Whenever you I'm not going to cue the money. Just cue to the money.
All right, everybody, ready? Here we go. 9, 8,
I've lost it.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Wait. Oh, I'm telling you right now, for those of you who said, well, at least I'm finished with the monsoon. Tony Silva, can we really be all that confident?
You know, you really can't. I say that there are 5 mistakes to avoid when your home is ever damaged or in a storm.
Like any kind of a storm at all, right? And he knows what he's talking about because he's the CEO of HomeRepair.com. Well, why don't we start with number 1?
So the first mistake homeowners make, first mistake you would make is not actually having your home inspected after a storm. Now, most people don't realize it only takes a wind speed of 58 miles an hour or a hailstone the size of a quarter to damage your home.
I bet you were handing me a bribe for the rest of the interview. It's that small, right?
It's that small. And in the last 8 months, there have been in Phoenix over 8 storms that have produced hailstones larger than a quarter.
But Tony, listen, we aren't in Tornado Alley or hurricane country, but you consider our storms being major enough that you have to give these instructions to our audience.
You know, these days, storms can hit anywhere, anytime, and they're very localized. A 58-mile-an-hour wind speed is not that much. It doesn't take a tornado. It's just a thunderstorm wind that's straight line. It can create tremendous damage on your home.
Can it take me from idea 1 to idea 2? You said that you intended with 5.
Yeah, so the second mistake homeowners make is not actually turning in a claim because you're afraid your insurance rates are going to go up. See, most people think that when they turn in a claim, it's going to cost them more money now. But the reality is, it's not your fault. If you have your home is in a storm, you didn't drive your house there. It's not like car insurance. So they can't raise your rates when you turn in a claim from a natural disaster.
Do most of us really have any kind of a contact with our adjusters? Do we have any way of even knowing who that person is that we're going to be doing business with?
You actually have no idea. In fact, that's why you have to have your home inspected by a qualified expert. And whoever's going to come to your home from the insurance company, you won't have any idea who they are. It's not the guy that you bought the insurance from. It's very important. That's actually step 3, to have your qualified expert that inspected your home and found damage and said you should turn in a claim, to have them there with your adjuster because you don't know what to look for. You need them there to show your adjuster exactly what they found to get it all paid for.
Yeah, and then you also probably are going to recommend that we do a little research on our own about the people that we're going to be doing business with.
Oh, absolutely. You have to make sure that you're hiring the right person who's qualified for the damage that you have, right? Whether it's a flood, a tree fell on your house, or wind damage blew your shingles off. You have to make sure you have the right person come into your home who knows how to inspect for storm damage. Not just any contractor will do.
Having lived through at least 170 years of monsoons myself, I've been extremely fortunate, Tony, that I haven't had major damage to any home that I've been in. But I do know that there are people who proudly make a profit off of this. And sometimes it seems to me that it edges into the area of fraud.
Without a doubt, that's actually another mistake you can make, is thinking, the insurance company said that you have $100 worth of damages, for example, and you think you're going to go get multiple estimates and you're going to get it done for half and put the other half in your pocket.
Wait just a second, hold on. This is over $100 bill I have, and I'm getting such a heart palpitation.
It doesn't work that way, though. They won't give you that unless you actually spend it.
So what about just not doing the repairs at all? What if they're seemingly minimal, at least to my amateur eye, and I just put it off?
Well, putting off the repair is really a bad idea for multiple reasons. The main reason, though, is if you had significant enough damage to warrant turning in a claim, you had a good contractor that said, you've got significant damage, turn in a claim, and you actually don't repair it, you only have, in most cases, 6 months to have your repairs fixed, or the insurance company won't give you the other half of the money. They only give you a little to get started. They give you the rest when you complete it, and if you don't do that in 6 months, you lose.
I'm gonna get you some scotch tape for that $100 bill. There's 17 people want to know how to get in touch with you.
You can find more information about what I've shared today at www.homerepair.com.
Oh, the drama of keeping my roof on my house is almost too much. But you want to talk about drama. Brad has a representative from the show Teen Mom coming up next. Hello, Mr. Riffin. What's up? Because I know there's a federal a lot of enthusiasm.
Great job. Very nice. Great job as usual.
Well,
Thank you.
all I can tell you is you keep bringing him down.
That's good.
Thank you.
That's good.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Good.
Absolutely.
Very good. Okay. Thank you. All right. Yeah. Great job. Very nice. Thank you.
That was great.
Yeah.
That was really good.
There you go.
All right, I'm buttoning.
Good. You good? Good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. How do you feel?
I feel great.
Yes?
I feel great. I was so nervous. Was a $100 bill shaking like crazy? Oh man, maybe holding paper's not a good idea.
No, it was good. It was really good. Was that the first time you had a wireless mic?
I have on stage before.
Okay.
But there's like cameras and it's a different deal. It's a different feel. Whenever I spoke on stage, I know the people.
Yeah.
This is different.
Hey man, how about the way he just tosses you softballs like that?
Oh, the guy
Didn't
is
I tell
awesome.
you?
Yeah.
I told you he's just gonna toss you softballs.
No.
And he just goes through the whole thing and does it all.
He very much led me. Talk about softball for sure. This is my next thing.
It was surprising, right?
It was very surprising.
It was surprising how he just sets it up for you to hit it. I told you you were going to be surprised. Didn't I tell you that?
Yeah, you were right.
Last night I said he's going to make it, you're going to be like, did he really just do that? Am I really supposed to say that? And you were shocked at the way he wanted you to say homerepair.com.
Right?
Right?
Yeah,
you didn't believe it.
Yeah, it was very simple. I hope they are all that awesome.
Yeah.
I won't be, but that's an awesome way to get started too.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we came here first and that you have the connections here.
Yeah.
And this is feels like this is your family in a way. These guys all know you and
Yeah.
they took the edge off, and you only do something the first time once.
Yeah.
And then after that, you'll probably get better. So I'm gonna only get better from here.
Yes. Well, I hope that that's true. You'll go to that guy at NBC in Palm Springs who's tough, right? And, he won't be handing you softballs.
That's
like
okay.
that.
I'm kind of excited about that because, I have literally sold thousands of customers myself, table to table, across this table from hard bottom Joe, who can throw me I've been in that situation where I have to answer those objections. And I'm pretty good on my feet now after doing this for a couple of years.
Yeah. Well, that's why you were good on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
So that's exciting. Thank you, man.
Way to go.
Can't wait to see how that turns out. So I just wanted to tell Clint thank you for everything he does, because how does a guy like me get to do something like this if there's not a guy like him?
Well, this is just the beginning, okay? This is just the beginning. This is, like, we'll look back on this day and you'll be like, wow, remember when that was like the beginning?
Well, not beginning.
Yeah.
Like, how does a guy like me get here without a guy like you? And you're the only guy. So I just really appreciate you. and what
Thank you.
did.
Thank you.
And that you keep doing. You don't have to do this,
I don't have to do this.
but you love it,
I do love it.
and I love that you love it.
Yep. All right, so hats on with that. Hats on with that medicine guy. He thinks he knows stuff. He doesn't know anything. He knew Chris Carrera. That's about all he knows. There's the horse. What a beautiful horse.
Well, the reason why is that he's young too, because that means he gets those new. Because that horse is only 2 years old.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's young too, and they grow up together. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? What's up? What's up?
We're gonna have some fun.
Oh yeah, get ready. So we're gonna listen. This guy right here. This is right here, a successful guy. You know what he talks about? Mentoring. I might just have him as my mentor.
Uh-oh.
Would you like to be my mentor?
Possibly.
You see how he said that? That
I'm
means
just being,
yes.
hey, I'm just keeping it real.
There it
Just
is.
keeping
There
it
it
real.
is.
I said to Randy Jackson, I put my hand out to shake Randy Jackson. You know what he did? Put his fist out and said, keep it real, bro.
There it is.
Of course.
So will they be able to get close this morning?
So this is kind of like a spectator area. However, there are plenty of chances throughout the week to open house and that you can
Yeah.
I'll hold that.
All right, you got it. Send me over to it.
This is who? Yeah, it's a 2-year-old Gilman decided by KSPA. You know, he's really shown all over.
That's on the camera? Yeah, that's what we're doing.
It's social media live stream. Yeah, it's $3,000 to live stream.
Remember, we dropped all of those teasers, Brad, by the way. We dropped all those teasers. We're just going out on the video.
No. I want to go. I want the teeth. Do you understand what I'm in front of right now? You guys make me look bad.
You're making me.
Okay.
Brad still wants to.
Not to compete, but I don't know if that's gonna cut it.
Can we get a station worse, please? Well, Kitty, thanks for being here. Let's remind people that the event is September 28th by 25th. Through the 28th, it's family friendly and open to the public. You have to check it out. And it's at Westboro. So Westboro, you gotta make sure you go there. So there you go. So again, it's not about the horse, but we have more for you to see on the mix. Did I just toss? Was that awesome? You did. Did you see that bump? Did you see that? See that tease there? That. Open the door really quick, just really quick. Brian. Brian, you see my tease on that one? See I teased that? You guys don't have to worry about it. Go ahead and shut that
Brad,
There
I'm
you
sure,
go.
right?
My tease, it was beautiful.
Hey, Brad, we're
I'll
gonna
put
get
that
a
for-
mic check from you, Flint.
Test 1, 2, 8, 9, 4, 3, 8, 7.
Perfect.
All right, there we go. See, sometimes you gotta remind the director how good you are. Yeah, he forgets. You know, I want him to at least go to the front desk, grab a Milky Way, come back and toss it to me.
Everything okay,
Or
bro?
little ones. Just like good shots.
90 seconds.
Is that asking too much?
I don't think so.
Is that right?
I think you need at least one Milky Way.
Thank you.
Per day.
Thank you.
Per show.
I'll put it in my new contract.
So, hey, the riders are very important.
Yes, they are. I've worked with a lot of riders. I was a production assistant, but I had to make sure riders were done.
All right, we're ready to go.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Just let you know. I'm so sorry. We have all 4 of your sleds in, so
Oh,
we'll
wonderful.
follow you through reference them.
Okay.
We got plenty of time.
I'm gonna go into us.
Plenty of time.
Okay.
Hey, Michael.
We're gonna start with Jake, body by Jake.
Okay.
Then we go to
this
Stan,
way.
then we go to Martha, then we go to Ice.
45 seconds.
Let me ask you
No,
this.
buddy.
Is it wrong to drop the name?
Michael.
No.
Aaron's on 3 for now, but he has to bail. And Michael, after this, we're gonna flip the studio
I'm gonna teach you about that. In this.
to 2 orange chairs.
About name
Okay?
dropping properly.
All right, guys, 30 seconds
Question.
out.
There you go, because I can't just say, by the way, you know, me and
Chris, I'm gonna
15 seconds.
I'm gonna have to sneak behind you at some point.
Okay. I'll
Communicate.
tighten up.
Stand by.
6, 5, 4, 3.
Oh, I'm telling you, you're gonna want to strap in and get ready because this man right here can make you successful in your company, make you the celebrity of your company by just a few little things. And it's Clint Arthur with us. And this is so cool, Clint, because we were talking here that little things can make you a big success. And you're doing something successful coming up at Carnegie Hall.
Yes, I've got Martha Stewart, Ice Tea and Coco, Jerry from Ben & Jerry's. Big conference coming up at Carnegie Hall, and it's really all about how to be successful and how to become successful fast. I mean, who wants to wait? Now, last time I was here a couple months ago, and you know who was here? Jake Steinfeld, Body by Jake, was here. And he was really my introduction to this whole idea of accelerating your success, going successful faster. And when I won my award in my entrepreneurial group, he was the celebrity speaker at our conference in Illinois. And it just shows you he made a lot of money, and he demonstrated his commitment to having mentors. That's really what this is about. You want to go faster, you want to go further, you need somebody who's been there, done that to show you how to do it.
I love it. And I know you've talked to a lot of different people to be mentors, and that's important here. But again, the celebrities you have coming have mentors.
Yeah, well, for example, at my last event, I had Suzanne Summers. And Suzanne Summers told me that Johnny Carson made it all happen for her. He met her in a cafeteria, and he invited her on the Tonight Show. And next thing you know, Suzanne Summers' book of poetry was on the New York Times bestseller list. See? And then her career just kept going because she kept going on the Tonight Show, all because of Johnny Carson making it happen. Yeah. And you need somebody, you were telling me about how Stedman is a mentor of yours, right?
Stedman
You
Graham.
need somebody who's been there and done that to help you to get where you want to go.
I love it. Again, we were talking about Martha Stewart.
Oh yeah, I'm
How's
excited.
Martha Stewart? I mean, everyone thought Martha Stewart just pretty much just had her line.
Martha Stewart has done a lot of stuff. Do you know how she has 94 best-selling books?
Wow.
Wow. And she is super smart and super famous and super successful. And I can't wait to ask her at Carnegie Hall, hey, how do you become somebody like you? Do you have to have the vision? Did you always know you were going to be Martha Stewart, or did it happen, just happen? You know? That's a big question I want to ask.
All right, you have someone that I've actually got to meet and follow his story, which is amazing. And you're getting to meet him for the first time. That's Ice-T.
I'm so excited to meet Ice. He is so super cool. He was a grunt in the U.S. Army.
Yeah.
And then he came out and he became a gangster. And then he became a Grammy winner and a producer. The guy starred in 2 reality series with his wife. I mean, can you imagine having your own show about your life with your beautiful pinup model wife? He's the producer, he's the star. How do you do all that stuff?
It's amazing. So you can talk to, okay, we're sitting here, we just did some name dropping, we talked about these people. So if I'm just at home right now, what's some things that I can do for my own business to be that celebrity?
That's a great question. And notice, I want you to understand that I wasn't just dropping names, I was telling stories about these people. And what I have found, this is like my own invention, is that when you're dropping names, you should do it in the context of telling stories about the people. So it's not just name dropping,
Right.
It's what I call celebrity storytelling. And what I really advise my clients, my students, my friends, is that if you're gonna talk about stuff, to use high status language. And like it or not, celebrities are the highest status in our society. People think they're special for some reason.
Yeah.
So if you wanna have more influence, impact, and income, talk about celebrities, because that's what people are interested in. They're interested in celebrities.
And I think you also have one tip that we were talking about, and I love where you said that 95% of the time you're going to have a mentor want to work with you. The 5% is because you didn't ask. And you just said it doesn't hurt to ask.
Well, you know, Woody Allen says that 80% of success is showing up. And part of that showing up, you can't ask if you don't show up. And if you don't ask, then you haven't shown up. What I like to say is let people say no on their own. Don't presume that they're going to say no on your part. You ask whatever you're going to ask, and let them say no for themselves. So you want a person to be your mentor? Ask them. Let them say yes or no.
That's it right there. Where can people find out more about you?
Hey, if anybody wants to have mentors like Martha and Ice-T and Jerry from Ben & Jerry's, who's going to be scooping ice cream at our event. I mean, look at that. You don't have to do that. LivingLegends2019.com.
I love it. There you go. All right, we're talking, of course, being successful at home and in your business. How about a little cheeseburger success?
Thank you.
Okay, good. Right.
Thank you.
All right, Frank, I'll go ahead and take this. You know the deal. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you. Great job.
Thank you. Thank you, Clint. That was great.
All right.
Everything out okay, right?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Did it. Beautiful.
Thank you.
The guy was not here?
Yeah.
What'd you learn about watching me? What'd you learn by watching me in there?
What I learned by watching you, you're natural. You're just having a conversation with a guy. I noticed a lot of good vocal variety. Your volume was up, and you had good energy. I like how you talk with your hands. As he was talking, you were giving him hand gestures of what his words were. So you were always, I don't want to say dominate the camera, but you were clearly the star. You were always doing something to get attention for yourself.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good. There you go. And now they're making hamburgers with the dog. See? National Cheeseburger Day.
Are they doing that live?
Love that. It's usually on a little bit of a delay, but there's the dog in the hamburger segment. Love it. See, this guy doesn't know. This guy doesn't know how to do a food demo. Pat should be doing the food demo. Yeah. Yeah, because now Pat's just standing there.
How are you gonna fry a pickle? I think.
This should all be, you know, pre-mixed in bowls. What are you gonna do?
Like for instance, if it's you and a celebrity doing a thing, that's a good still. Or like we didn't have it when it was him without. It was better that we had, you know.
You had video of Martha.
Yeah, which was pretty cool.
Yep.
And oh, that's her. I didn't recognize her. And it was something intriguing that went above and beyond what we had.
Right.
And the other thing is, and I'll say this to everybody: please get stuff in 48 hours in advance, because it's you get luck of the draw if we're able to get stuff in.
As far as like the B-roll goes.
Yeah. Your producers and people that will absolutely love you for it.
Okay.
That stuff was in, and they were able to think it through and decide.
See how it all comes together.
Like the Chinese medicine stuff, he ended up sending us stuff last night,
Oh.
and he had a bunch of things. We ended up saying, you know what, he's got stuff on the table. We'll just go with that. It just took time to build the other stuff.
Yep.
So, and I know that sounds like real minor stuff, but it really helps the segment on.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. Well, you're the pro. I mean,
Well, I'm just saying, you'll see it on. You wish you had roofs going,
Right.
flying off, tiles and the whole thing.
That would be good B-roll.
yeah.
Yep.
I'll put
Or,
some stuff
or even
together.
things that you could say, things that you're not sure. So maybe there's a shot of like just a little chip on the side of the house, or something that you normally would say, and you use that as an example.
Right.
That would be really helpful.
Got it.
Just given, but you as a presentation did great.
Oh, thank you.
Very, very.
Thank you.
And very engaging and real conversational, and it didn't feel like you were just trying to jam things in. That's an issue that I've had before. They have I've got to name my 5 problems, and now here's my 6-point solution. And you get through all the letters, and you're running out, and you're 2 letters into it.
Yeah, right.
And that's an issue, and but it was really good. Tearing of the $100 bill was always a winner. I noticed that everybody you got that and you have it taped up, and but that's always a winner.
It's a very emotional thing.
It is. As a matter of fact, just a suggestion, I would have done that earlier.
Okay.
You know what if you don't do it, it's just like going this. What? And then you get, who is this guy that's able to do this stuff?
Mm-hmm. And
then you can always come back. I can tear the bill again, or whatever.
Right.
But that's it is a very strong thing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you for the tips.
Oh, my pleasure.
I'll definitely put together some B-roll for that.
Yeah, really. Yeah. It'll help you. But the prop was good. You didn't not overdone with. There's always a danger too. I love props myself.
Sure.
But there's a tendency sometimes to do props that are just a little too much, and they seem forced. That's the word I'm looking for.
Exactly.
And you see that,
yeah.
And you want to hide yourself, and they put
right.
a mask, and that's not necessarily gaining you anything.
Sometimes a mask is good.
I'm just trying
if it's the right segment.
Right.
Like if the segment is about superheroes, to have a superhero mask is one thing, but
if you say, like, I'm trying to hide my identity online with a mask, that maybe doesn't. It feels
exactly.
I don't know anybody's ever done that.
Exactly.
But so think about that. It's just, the whole thing is such a visual medium. If you think about segments other than Clint's that you saw, what appealed to you when you were watching today? What stands out?
The dog.
The
I thought
dog
it was cool. Yeah.
Guy was here to sell pickles.
Yeah.
Wrapped it around National Cheeseburger Day, but he has a huge dog. It shouldn't go. I just take him wherever I go. And you want to see what's going on. The horse, what's going on with that? The segment turned out really nice, and that's why that turned out good. The things that you like have the visual connections.
And like you said yesterday, especially I see with the B-roll, with the storms.
It really would make a difference. Yeah.
Right.
And
I can show pictures of like car hoods that are all dinged up because people think, oh, my car got messed up.
Right.
But they don't connect the house.
Right. Yeah. And
what do you think happened to that guy?
That's right. That's a really good point. You never even think to go to the back if there's hail, to see if there's on the siding or something.
Yeah. Right.
So, like I said, I think it's a great. I know you weren't asking for it, but I'm giving an opinion
I
anyway.
appreciate it. No, for sure. Always learning. Yeah.
No, that's cool.
Perfect.
And,
awesome.
And if you have dancing girls coming through, that's always good too. Anything that are not necessarily the time, and you make it work. That's great.
Right.
Clint you're really. You give a great dynamic presentation. The whole thing. You got your calling card. With the hands out and everything. He's got it down. And you were on for a long time. You both were on for a long time.
Yep.
And if it was going bad, I would have pulled it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was going. Both of you
awesome.
were going just great. So
awesome.
So,
fantastic.
Anyway,
thank you.
Oh, thank you. No.
All right.
Next time I'll put B-roll together, and when I come back, I'll do the how to filter out 95% of all the bad contractors.
There
do
you
that
go.
one.
That's a good one.
Yeah, we'll do that one next time.
Or even, how do you know if your contractor's a bad one?
Right.
What do you use? What are the criteria?
From the inside, I know how to filter them.
Yeah.
How to spot a shady contractor?
Yeah, exactly.
Before you sign.
Before the storm hits. But that's not realistic because people don't look for them.
How to spot a shady contractor?
Right.
Well, in anything though, you're going to hire a plumber because your toilet's not flushing properly.
Right.
And how do you get the right guy? It's really not that hard. But most people just roll the dice. They want to get 3 bids and go with the guy that feels good.
But you have something with, as far as, just from my perspective, that the storm guy.
That's the deal.
And that's what makes it a little bit different, because I do get segments of how do you see you go, but if it's storm related or emergency related, it's not just a contract because you're building an addition to the house, but if there's an emergency, you're in an emotional state. And that, I think that's your.
That's the 3rd time I've heard that subtly, so I think I'm gonna let that stick.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the deal. That's the thing.
Yeah, you want to make sure you're not. You think you're going to be taken advantage of because you're vulnerable, and but there are things you should know. So to know this before you have an emergency.
Right. Yeah, no, I appreciate
That's
that.
your word. Anyway, that's it.
Very good.
I pontificated.
Thank you.
Okay, my friend.
Great
What
to
a
see you.
pleasure.
Absolutely. Ed, thanks again.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Take
Good to meet
care.
you.
Thank you.
All right.
And I would like to stay in touch on that thing we were talking about last night. I think it's a thing.
100%.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Thanks again.
All right.
See you around.
Here you go. Here you go. Yep. How you doing? Good.
Your name is?
My name is Clint.
I'm Milan, as you know.
Hey, Elon.
Hi, and we're going to the Canby?
Yep. All right. Now comes the anticlimax. Now comes the loss of energy. Now comes like, right?
The relief, I guess, yeah.
Yep.
When Marilyn Monroe goes back down the stairs.
I guess. Well.
How do I do B-roll?
It's really pretty simple. I mean, I attached my photos into I gave them a Word document with the photos in it. But the best way for you is to select video clips on YouTube or put video clips on YouTube and then
Put them in a movie maker?
no, well, however you want to put the clip there. If you want to have like a 20-second or a 30-second clip of like hail hitting the roof and doing damage, that would be good. Or you could just find clips that you like, and there's a way to select just a portion of the clip as the URL. Like you can do that on YouTube, where you just take a piece of it or start it at a certain moment, and then you take that and you put that URL into the URL shortener.
Okay.
is.gd. Okay, www.is.gd, and there's a way that you can even custom name it. So the clip would be is.gd/hail b-roll or is.gd/hail hitting car, whatever you're going to use.
Okay, what's the website called?
is.gd.
.gd.com?
No, is.gd.
Okay. His website to rip the segments.
That's the URL shortener. That's just a shortener. You're gonna either find the segments, but somehow you're gonna find something and have it be on YouTube. Either you're gonna find a clip on YouTube that you like, or you're gonna put a clip on YouTube that you like. Then you're gonna take that URL for the YouTube video and put it in the shortener and give it a descriptive title that lets the producer know what the video is.
Got it.
For me, it would be is.gd/Martha Stewart B-roll. Well, I gotta tell you, I mean, everybody at that station is so nice. They're not all gonna be nice like that. They're really not. Most of them will, basically use you and not even say goodbye,
Because you're just their act.
You're just a piece of talent that came through. You're just a celebrity. They know what the game is. The game is you're using them to get video, to get positioning. But they don't understand the game. They don't really understand what the game is. They don't understand what we're doing. They don't understand that this is not about ego, a lot of them. A lot of them don't even understand that this is not about ego.
They think it's about ego.
A lot of them think it's about ego, yeah. But I don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks. And that's part of what I learned from Dan Kennedy. Dan Kennedy says, I don't care what anybody thinks, least of all my clients. I really don't care what my clients think. They don't know as much as I know. See, they don't know that I'll be exiting this planet soon.
Any day.
They don't know that I'm scheduled to exit this planet anytime now. They don't have the power to exit this planet the way I have it scheduled. No one can schedule their exit the way I have, so why should I care what they think? That's what he thinks.
Where's he from?
He lives in Cleveland.
Is that where he's originally from?
I don't know. I think so, yeah. I think he is originally from Cleveland, and his whole life is like, his whole life was all set up around racing horses that pull the carts.
Okay.
What do they call that?
I don't remember. I know what you're talking about. Those two little carts, the chariot.
Yeah, those little carts. He's a professional race car. He's a professional horse race jockey.
He is?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's a professional horse race driver. He's not a jockey.
That's what he started. That was his career.
No, that wasn't his career. That's his hobby.
Okay.
He took his hobby to such an extreme that he became a professional driver. He races professionally.
Wow.
He owns like 10 horses and he races them professionally. Always say he works for Oats and Vet Bills. That's what he works for. He has a hobby that's out of control.
Yeah, show animals and performance animals are not cheap either.
And he owns professional race horses. We've gone to the track and seen him ride, seen him drive. I always wanted to get a picture with him in his racing silks, but I never got that.
That's a niche sport.
Yeah. Harness racing. That's what it's called. He's a professional harness race driver. That's part of his whole character that he builds.
Around that?
Well, his look, he's got his work. He's a writer. He's a coach. He's a consultant. And then he has the $1 million dog. The dog that's cost him $1 million.
Really?
Yeah. And then he has his horses, and he's a professional horse harness race driver. That's all part of his shtick, his whole persona that he creates, that all of his clients know all about.
Gentlemen,
thank you,
have a great
Elon.
day.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. You want to hit the head? All right. Yeah. I don't know. I think they may want to put us back in there. Let's see. Yeah. Hi. You guys want to put us back in here?
Sorry.
You want to put us back in that room?
They are?
Yeah.
How many are you guys?
2.
Just for 2?
Yeah. They put us in there earlier because we make a lot of noise. You let them know we're back. Say those loud guys are back. We'll sit down here, okay?
Absolutely.
Actually, it's better over there. Nice lighting.
It's up to you guys.
Yep. Thank you.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
So I asked if every station was different, or if there were like 5 or 3 kind of types.
Everything is different every single time. And that's what's so great about going on the media tour, is that you get used to walking into all kinds of different situations and not knowing what's going to happen, having no power, having no authority, and yet you got to go in there and make a marketing video that's going to position you as somebody special, a celebrity in the eyes of customers and prospects. That's why this is so great. That's why when people say, do I have to go on the tour? Can I just do it by Skype? You want to go on the tour. You don't want to do it by Skype.
Okay.
You want to go in all these situations so that you can walk into all these unknowns and just handle it and have it be great. And then you gain this special power of being able to walk into anything and have it be great.
Got it. It helps you learn how to control the situation, basically. In an environment you have no control over, to still control yourself, at least, I guess.
Yeah, it's not about controlling. It's not about controlling, it's about performing under any circumstance. I'm not in control of that room.
Right.
I'm just doing what I do. What I really thought was funny is that the host asked me if it was okay when it was over.
Right.
That was wild. I mean, to me, that made me feel like he was intimidated by me.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Oh, for sure.
Like, he wanted to make sure that I was happy with what happened there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I've never had a host talk to me like that before.
Yeah, no, you were his celebrity, for sure. I don't know, but I think if Ice-T was there, he probably would have had a very similar demeanor. You were the star, without question.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
It was very good.
Okay.
Too. So, okay, you get the video from the studio. They're going to email it to you. You're going to download it on your computer. Then you're going to start your own YouTube channel. You need the Tony Silva YouTube channel. If it's just your name, that's the best. Mine is just Clint Arthur YouTube channel. Then you're going to upload all of these videos to your YouTube channel. And then once each video is on YouTube, then you're going to click share on YouTube, and there'll be options of how to share it. Now, on some websites, you can just add a widget. Like, is yours on Wix?
Yes.
Okay. On Wix, you click plus, the little plus, and you'll get options of what you want to add.
Okay.
You want to add a video, and they're going to give you different options for the video.
Right.
And you're going to pick the YouTube video.
Okay.
And then it's going to have a video already embedded in that YouTube player, and you're going to change the video.
Okay.
And you're going to paste in the URL for your new video in place of the one that comes preloaded in there.
I know what you're talking about.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's how you do this.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, you can put it on there. No problem. Now, personally, what I do is, because I don't want to lose any of this stuff, and I don't want to store it, so I also have my own Vimeo. And I upload everything to Vimeo, and I upload it to YouTube. Because there's a chance that one day YouTube is going to delete your channel.
Okay.
And if you only have your stuff on YouTube, it's lost. And you don't want to lose these assets. This is all about generating these marketing assets, which I've got some on there that I've been using now for 9 years. Even the worst ones are better than nothing. And I've been using them for 9 years. And then one of my videos is me on Iron Chef America. And I've had people complain and it got taken down. If I had only had that video on YouTube, I would have lost it.
YouTube took it down.
YouTube took it down. They deleted it. And luckily for me, I had it saved in my Dropbox. And I also had it on Vimeo. So what I do is I like to save these videos in files. You should start a file folder called Tony Silva on TV.
Okay.
And put that in your Dropbox.
Right.
And then, so now you're going to have it saved on Dropbox, you're going to have it on Vimeo, and you're going to have it on YouTube. And now you don't have to worry. It's always going to be somewhere.
Right.
But you really need to have folders where you're starting to accumulate these assets.
Right.
My main folders that I have are Clint Arthur Marketing. That's where I just dump everything. Good pictures of me with celebrities. I'll put this picture with the horse, right, with the Great Dane. I'll put all that stuff in Clint Arthur Marketing because you don't know when you're going to need that stuff. And then you're going to and then I have Clint Arthur on TV. So you're going to have Tony Silva Marketing and you're going to have Tony Silva on TV, which will be a subfolder inside Tony Silva Marketing. Right?
Yep.
Great. Another Tony Silva photo will be Tony Silva Celebrity Photos. That'll be all your Martha Stewart, Ice-T and Coco, Jerry, all these photos that you're going to be generating. Suzanne Summers, Dr. Oz.
Yeah, I'm
right?
organized by event, but I'll resort that.
You could double them if you want to have doubles. Multiple filing systems. Okay, part of why I wanted you to do this is because this gives you an opportunity to get some consulting from me on any topic that you want, right? Okay. Are there any topics that you want to talk about other than TV? Like, just pure business topics, or I don't know, whatever you want to talk about.
Right.
This is your time.
Right.
You have 2 of these half days. So we started at 6 o'clock and it'll go till noon. I know a lot of coaches would call that a full day, but I just call that a half day.
Right.
Is there any things that you had in mind that you wanted to get help on?
So, I just feel like I don't know everything that you know, but I've been part of, I wouldn't even call them masterminds in the past, but sit around a big table with a bunch of CEOs, everyone from different industries, some people much smarter than I am, and just helping and giving advice. I learned a lot of stuff from those types of situations.
Sure.
I feel like you're a unique person, so your perspective is different than other people's.
Yeah.
So, one of the things that I wanted to pick your brain on, I'm going to be asking Michael Gerber on, is how do you not kiss frogs? Like, how do you get into those networks of people that don't necessarily advertise? And then the other thing I liked is you had said at Celebrity Launchpad that you would look for other ways to create additional revenue.
Right.
And I think I have a really good idea on a way to create additional revenue, and I just wanted to get your input on it.
Okay.
Get your feedback, what you think.
Okay. Well, let's talk about kissing frogs. I obviously don't have the answer to that question.
Right.
I'm looking forward to hearing what he's going to say about that, because I kiss a lot of frogs and I've only found frogs. And on top of that, what I wanted to say was, like my contractor, who was great for me, is not great for the next guy. I have my unique working relationship with my contractor, and he's building my house, but I loaned him out to somebody in between jobs a few years ago, and it was a nightmare for both of them.
Okay.
So just because a vendor is a prince to one person doesn't mean they're going to be a prince to you. They may be a frog to you, even if they're a prince to your best friend.
Right.
So there's that. Okay, now what about what you wanted to talk about, like to get my feedback on your idea? That would be the business behind the business. Like Dan Kennedy says, there's the business and then there's the business on the back of the business, which is very often the information marketing business behind the business.
Right. So most people's problem in business in general is sales. Right? How do you get sales?
Right.
I believe what Grant Cardone says, top line. Sales are it.
Yep.
If you're not making enough money, you need to sell more.
Yep.
So how do you sell more? And contracting is no different. So we're in a really unique time right now with the administration that's in, everything's booming, nobody needs anybody.
Yeah.
It's easy to sell, top dollar, it's crazy, but it won't stay that way.
Right.
It'll cycle back the way that it was,
Right.
and it'll change again. And that's what makes my market very unique. I went out of business because of the financial crisis and the collapse. I did everything I was supposed to do.
Yep.
I sold financing in my company and everything. When the bank stopped lending, it choked me out. And they said, hold on, the recovery will be here. Business owners, stay in business. Don't break the back of the economy. You guys are small businesses, the backbone. And I rode the plane all the way to the ground, trying to hold up my end of the economy. It never worked because the consumers ran out of money. But that's what I love about this insurance industry that I'm in. Right? It's definitely a niche market.
Yeah.
But the people that pay the bill are the insurance companies.
Right.
Who run the world.
Right.
Insurance companies own the banks.
Yep.
They run everything.
Yep.
They're an endless supply of money.
Yep.
As long as people are mortgaging their homes,
Yeah.
they have to have homeowners insurance. So it's like this. It's the cycle that has to happen. So
Okay.
there is a way to, even in a bad economy, to make money. So when I went to New Jersey, the guy that I went to, who was a friend of mine, literally 2 weeks before that, he put in an application at Home Depot. He'd been in business for 40 years. he was going to shut the business down and go to work at Home Depot because he couldn't generate revenues. He says I saved his company when I went there, but all that I brought was sales. Well, there was a storm that happened which he had no idea how to manage, and I brought sales to him. And so that was like the beginning of my model. It's changed now. It's not what I want, but just, I guess, building the background to it. My model was disasters happen everywhere all the time, and if I can be the company that provides support to those companies when they need it, to be an on-demand marketing force to generate sales whenever they have an event, I would always be relevant. I would always have income because something happens everywhere.
Storm sales.
Storm sales as needed. So we were
Storm sales on demand.
Right. So we were always. I worked in F5 tornado in Peoria, Illinois. Actually, it was Washington, Illinois, under Kelly Construction. It was still Kelly Construction. I was my brand was James Silva Design, and I went in there with the team, and we sold under Kelly Contracting. Kelly Contracting. I've done it in a lot of different places, and it worked. But the challenge that I found is that, well, when the economy got good, they don't need you anymore because
Right.
now they have their sales. And also, I couldn't necessarily control the quality of the workmanship.
Yep.
There's just like a whole bunch of other stuff that went crappy with it, and they didn't necessarily understand the business. So the next, I guess, next level of this is I'm still a consulting company. I still have my James Silva Design. It actually makes more money than my $20 million contracting company. It's behind the scenes though. Nobody sees it. It's silent. All of my guys now, though, instead of working for these 5 companies, they work for my company, which is Home Repair, homerepair.com. Now I can control the quality because I own the production company, and I'm building the systems for production, quality control, a good customer experience that all of these contractors should have, but they don't. Again, there's no school, there's no class. Even Anthony, he teaches you how to meet with an adjuster. That's great, but what really matters to the customer is how does that feel? What did the sales lead coordinator say when they picked up the phone? How'd they answer the phone from the beginning to the end? Like a professional organization has it all put together, but luckily my industry is very fragmented and it sucks. So my idea was this, and it can tie in with a national media tour. One of the questions that everyone has, even Joe Smith had, was how do we know which companies to hire? Even today, Pat said, well, how do we know the company to call? You don't know. So I'm building up this problem that only I have the solution for. Only I don't have the solution because I'm not national yet. I'm only in these 4 states. But I can create a national solution by having contractors that are qualified, certified.
Right.
They've got all of their stuff in order that I could say, how do you find the right guy? You go to my website. And through affiliates, right? So same concept where it was Home Repair by Joe Seifert, Home Repair by Warren Thompson, Home Repair by Kelly Contracting. It'd be the same thing. Home Repair by Arizona's Finest Remodeling, whatever the name of their company is. So I can sell a licensing agreement to other contractors to be attached to me, but then what's in it for them? What's in it for them is sales. How I can generate sales is, here's like the multi-million-dollar idea. Nobody knows when a storm is going to happen. It probably will. Maybe it won't ever. It's really important, especially if I can get this into my segment. Here's what happens when a storm comes, and I was doing some research on this too, and I found it. They're like, when a storm hits, get on your phone as fast as you can, call a contractor, because everybody in your neighborhood is going to need a contractor, and that's what happened after Sandy. Nobody could get help. So why don't you prepare by getting on a short list of names of already being pre-registered with your contractor if you ever need it. And you bought insurance if you ever needed it. Why don't you pre-schedule your contractor if you ever need them? Do the work before. They're a good guy, and if I ever have a storm, I want you to come. Cool. It doesn't cost anything. Fill out this registration form online, whatever the deal is.
Yeah.
And if something ever happens, you're first in line. When we get 100 calls today, those 100 calls don't get answered until our preferred customers who have signed up with us beforehand just for an inspection, not to sell anything.
Yeah.
We come and we'll inspect your home, you get first line service. But here's the other thing, I can monitor every address in the country for a windstorm and hailstorm, where we can actually do outbound calls. Hey Clint, did you realize that yesterday when you were at work, this happened, and we'd like to, with your permission, we'd like to come check it out and make sure everything's okay.
It's really like a home maintenance and storm damage repair program.
Right. And now I can sell leads. The calls come into my call center.
Yeah.
And now the Arizona guy, who's a licensed person, what's in it for you? I'm going to drive leads to you, which is key. How do I get leads? It's the whole Facebook thing. How do I get leads?
Mm-hmm.
I'll handle that. I'll send you a lead. These people are already pre-qualified. They've already signed up in advance. They're laydowns. These are.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't close this, you suck.
Yeah.
And if there's legitimate damage, and then I can also provide training. Right?
It's already pre-closed.
It's done. They already signed up.
Why aren't you going to charge them to sign up?
Oh, I will. No, they'll have a licensing fee to use the logo to put it on the website.
Why don't you charge the homeowner to sign up?
That's not a bad idea.
Because, like I said, it's a home maintenance and storm repair club.
Okay.
And if, hey, we're going to inspect your home. That inspection's got to cost money.
Right.
We're gonna inspect your home every year or twice a year so that you're never behind on maintenance. We're gonna spot everything. It's like going to the dentist for a checkup. Right? It's like the dentist for your house. You gotta go in to have your teeth cleaned and checked up.
Right.
Twice a year. And you should be doing that, and you gotta charge for that.
Well, here's the other thing I just thought about. I learned this at Winter Storm 2. If we're actually, I didn't think about that part of it. If we actually do pre-inspection, so you sign up, $49.99, whatever the deal is.
Yeah.
And we'll do a pre-inspection.
Now we can document the damage.
Right. We document that there is no damage.
Right.
And now when something happens, we have a picture from 6 months ago that says
Here
that
it was.
shingle wasn't missing 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Here it is.
That's really good.
All right. So yeah, that's
Especially in storm-prone areas,
right,
where there's a lot of damage all the time. We come in and we document that your house has no damage,
right,
so that if and when it happens, and it will happen at some point, there's no problem about getting the insurance to pay because we have proof that it wasn't damaged before.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the front of the line service. If there's a tornado, there's a rain bomb, there's a barricade, there's whatever, anything.
Yeah, but how do you realistically provide that service? Like, it is. You know what's good about it is that you're front of the line service because the insurance is going to pay for it anyway.
Right.
What do you care?
Right. All you have to pay is your deductible.
All you have to.
That's it.
And your membership fee goes towards the deductible.
Yeah.
So the deductible, you don't even have to pay a deductible because we'll apply your membership fee. In the event that there's ever a storm, we will apply all of your deductible. Can you do that?
No.
Can't do that.
But I can finance it. Like I put people on $25 a month payments for 2 years. I don't care if they stop paying it. I just legally have to sign them up.
Uh-huh.
And then if they stop paying their bill, there's no fraud there. You can't go to jail for not paying your bill. They just stop paying me. I don't care. It's $500.
Yeah.
They have $40,000 job. They don't have $500 to cover their deductible, which happens a lot.
Sure.
Like in Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, those places. But we just sign them up on payments. They change bank accounts once in 6 months. The money stops coming in. We don't go hound them.
Why can't they be prepaying their deductible?
Yeah, they could. Actually, could they? I'm sure there's a way to do it. It probably has to go into some sort of fiduciary account where it's prepaid. Or what if you do what if you could even do a co-op for the deductible? Like they do with some of the health organizations, right? So you don't have health insurance, but as a co-op, if you have something catastrophic that happens to your family, you only have to pay $500, and then these 100 other families send you a little bit of money to cover the rest of your bill, type of thing. There might be something there too.
I think they could just hey, look, all we're looking for you to do is to prepay your deductible. And for that, you're going to get front of the line service. You're going to get pre-inspection every year, twice a year at the beginning and the end of the season. You're going to know what maintenance is needed. You're going to know what damage occurs. And if anything does happen, we're just going to bill your insurance company and you don't have to do anything.
And here's the other part of it. I need to have a book, because now if you're going to be my client, or you're going to be under the umbrella of we're going to inspect it, we're going to document it, front of the line service. Also, I'm going to give you instructions on how to make sure that you have the right coverage, because your insurance agent is selling you what's good for him,
Right.
not what's good for you.
Yeah.
When you buy insurance, you don't buy it just because you want to have the sticker that you have homeowners insurance. You want to have something that's going to take care of you if you ever need it.
Yeah.
Here are the 5 things you have to do if you really want good coverage, right? So not only will I have the leads, the customers are pre-signed up, they'll have good insurance companies and they'll have good coverage. They won't have any of this BS that we deal with all the time where they bought a crappy Allstate policy that's a house and home and there's no building code coverage, there's actual cash value only
Yeah.
on the, it's just a shit
It's
policy.
like, yeah, it's just minimum liability to get you on the road.
Right. So when I deliver a lead to my Arizona guy, it's a lay down, good policy, good company.
It's not even a laydown. It's a pre-sold. You're just waiting for the storm to hit.
Yeah. Right. And but
Because the insurance company's going to pay.
Right.
All the person has to. All you have to do is say, okay, this is what we've been. This is why you've been a member for all these years. The storm just hit. Sign here. We're just going to bill the insurance company and take care of it.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
It's not a lead.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're establishing the sale and the relationship.
It's
Before
pre-sold.
there's even anything to. Before there's even a product.
The sale takes place when you get them to sign up for the inspections.
Right.
And all you're saying is, hey, just prepay your deductible. Out of that prepaid deductible,
I think that'd be a tougher sell to get because sometimes the deductible's $1,000, $2,500. You're talking about homeowners. Homeowners are typically pretty strapped. They're not. That's our biggest thing is in a storm is the customers. One of their objections, I can't afford to pay my deductible.
okay, well, then you should call it, you should say, every time we do an inspection, we're going to take that 100 that you would pay for the inspection and we're going to apply it into your deductible fund.
Okay.
Basically a deductible escrow account. And
or maybe as an option. Because I want the lead. I really don't care about their deductible.
Right.
I'll get it paid for one way or another.
well, yeah.
Because we also do something called, and I can do this also. You're talking about Facebook ads and how you get leads. The majority of my leads come from something that I invented called referral rewards. And I regularly, Natalie just wrote another check for $800 to this lady. I keep paying her money. Literally, she goes up and down the street and knocks doors and gets us leads. Because I give her $100 a lead. It all started because she couldn't afford her $500 deductible. Now I'm paying her freaking mortgage. You know what I mean? $100 a lead, and it's coming from a neighbor. I mean, this lady Delphine, she's probably given us at least 40 leads. I paid her $4,000. Who cares?
Yeah.
That's cheap. $100 for and those are lay down calls. So even with this, maybe there's some referral marketing on that, right? Who do you know that could benefit from this?
Yeah.
We'll waive your membership fee for the first year, whatever, for every 2 referrals or something like that. Like let it spread, because the best way to sell is through referral because you can deploy an army of raving fans like that.
Sure.
But just pay them something.
That all sounds good.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. Look, here's the thing is that, ideas are good. It's all about execution.
Right.
Sounds like a good idea. Sounds pretty obvious to me. I like the idea. Now you just have to deploy it.
Right.
Execute it.
Right. Well, yeah, I have a meeting tomorrow evening with some developers that Will turned me on to, that he facilitated to take my program, which I'm pretty excited about, my Excel program, make it web-based, because that's a piece of what I can offer my contractors.
Mm-hmm.
It's really a matter of, and I know how to get the contractors, but finding the contractors that are qualified, building the network, having them part of, to be able to handle the calls. And then I could go develop the website to capture the calls. Then it's just the media tour. Then it's just marketing. It's me on TV to go here, whatever, and it's asking customers for referrals.
You really should look at the Sean King videos because Sean King is 5 mistakes to avoid when hiring your next contractor. That's his segment.
Okay.
You could do that segment too.
Right.
Same thing.
Right.
That's basically what you talked about with Ed today. How to weed out 95% of the contractors.
Right.
Just a different approach.
Right.
He did, 35 segments.
Right. His thing though, to Ed's point, and you said it too, weather sells. I don't know why. I did not know that what he said last night, which was really valuable about the Facebook posts and everything's about the weather. it just moved to a different medium with.
Well, look, wherever there's a hurricane or a storm, you can go there and be on TV
Right.
for 5 mistakes to avoid when you're hiring a contractor to repair your home from the storm damage.
Right.
That's a laydown.
Right.
You call up any station in
Right.
where the hurricane went through, or the tornadoes
I could
went
have
through.
made my route all the way up the East Coast because nobody knew where I was going to land.
Yeah.
Yeah. And inland even. I mean, that's part of the stick too is
Yep.
it's 58 miles an hour wind. It's not just a coastal wind.
Yeah.
I mean, you're 200 miles in. You're
But
gonna
it's
get
any
affected.
storm, winter
Right.
storms, tornadoes, hurricanes, anything.
Right.
Talk about winning the storm.
Right. And literally, it works everywhere. It can work anywhere, and it doesn't matter what the economy is.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter because the insurance pays for it.
Right.
Yeah, well, another thing that you're not factoring in is that, you know, you're knowledgeable about this little niche of insurance repair business, but a lot of people don't know anything about it.
Right.
And you're basically turning them on to a whole, like, recession-proof industry.
Right. It is recession-proof. I mean, unless one day they start rewriting policies, you know,
Yeah, it's
to adjust for it.
what it is how to do home repairs for individual homeowners and have giant corporations paying the bills.
Right. And it's really cool too. We had on my Monday meeting last week, one of my guys was saying how we're just different how we do things. Like we don't let go. We'll take insurance company. We can't, but we can manage the customer all the way to court. We never lose. We always win. And even if we lose, they win because I'll pay whatever. You know what I mean? I'll take care of it. But we had one of our inspectors meet with an adjuster, and he's wearing his home repair shirt, I guess. And the story is he was on the roof going over things, and he'd already met with this adjuster a few minutes earlier. And then the adjuster stopped and was like, "Wait a minute, you're home repair." And my inspector was like, "Yeah, well, why? Like, what does that mean?" He's like, "Wow, you guys really shook up the industry last year. I mean, you really like made some insurance companies take notice and change the way they are doing things. You guys are awesome. Like, you really shook this thing up." That's like a really good feeling.
Yeah.
Because it's little David against Goliath, these insurance, and it's crazy. And we shook them up from the ground level of helping the customers fight when they were getting screwed, because that's my passion.
Mhm.
And I don't think it's right. You pay all this money for whatever reasons. There's lots of reasons that it happens.
And then you don't get covered.
You don't get covered, and because somebody has a bad day or someone's just trying to keep their job. There's a whole bunch of reasons. I don't have any bitterness. I understand it. I get it.
Yeah.
Everyone has their deal. But that doesn't mean my customer has to take a lay down, and I know the deal.
Mm-hmm.
So we just have to coach them on, and here's who you need to call. You can do whatever you want, but I recommend you do this. If you were my mom, this is what I would have you do, right? Because remember I talked about we can't get involved in the insurance process. You have to be
Right.
really careful there. But now here's the next level, I feel like, too, with this national stage of if the insurance companies, if we shook things up then, and now I actually have a voice, and they want to check us out and go online and see that I have stage presence with media, holy crap. They're going to be even more careful with us. So now back to the whole, what do you get by being a home repair affiliate company? You get great customers and have good insurance companies and have the right coverage and they're already pre-signed up, like you said. But also when the adjuster shows up, he knows not to screw with you.
Yep.
Because you're going to call him to carpet because you have assets. You have a depth of resource. They will lose. Like, you need to just put me with your supervisor. Tell them who, you know what I mean? Not that cocky, but I think we can make a really big difference in the industry. And look, the insurance companies don't care how much they pay out. They have to pay out money. That's their deal. If they never paid out a claim, they'd have to lower their rates, right? Otherwise, it's unfair competitive advantage. Like, how do I pay you $2,000 a year and you never pay out a claim? That's a scam. They have to pay out probably a certain percentage to be legal.
Yeah.
Do you think they want the rates to go up or down?
Up.
I mean, for them mentally, it's better for them to pay out. If they make let's say they make more of this, but let's say they net 10% to their shareholders.
They want a bigger number.
They want a bigger number of 10%, right? Let's pay out $1 billion in claims. Let's pay out $100 billion in claims. I mean, it's not great for the consumer. Every consumer pays a small little incremental amount of that deal, but that's the game. That's the way it works. I mean, it's no different than the bread industry. You know, grain prices went up this year, so the bread has to cost more. It's just the way it goes, right?
Sounds good to me, man. Sounds like you got a really good thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I didn't know if it was, 'cause sometimes I get caught up in, it's such a niche market and how much, you know.
That's the thing, is like, you know, thinking bigger.
Right.
What you've done is you've taken your little niche and figured out how to make it bigger.
It happens everywhere. You just never know when, how big it's going to be, or what it's going to be. And then the education of the customer, that's the crazy part, is like, you literally, it's like, we wait for something to happen in our market. We have this big net that we cast. If anything happens in this territory, that's ours, we own it. And then something happens, and we spend the next 4 months educating the consumer to do business, right?
Yeah.
It's like, man, just because it happens, the stuff that happened here last week, there's hundreds, if not thousands of houses that got damaged. Nobody knows it. There's no awareness.
Right.
Who's publicizing that? Insurance companies are not necessarily.
Right.
You know.
You are.
Peyton Manning's not on there saying, "Hey
You
guys,
are.
turn in the claim." And
You
who's
are.
doing that? Right. And it's.
Hey, that's the beauty of, and you know, Sean King wasn't even a storm chaser.
Right.
So Sean King's mostly windows and window repair. He's like window replacement mostly.
Right.
So you could really do a lot with this.
I can scale because the companies already exist.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of dog and pony shows to sign them up. And
Right.
vet them and make sure that they're good, and then putting through a training program. And then my existing team that already knows how to do this, I can deploy them all over the place. Go train. I can have any of my 11 sales guys fly anywhere and train your sales team how to do this.
Yeah, but it's a matter of pre-educating the customers before the storms.
Right.
Yeah.
Catching them before. Yeah. Because even if you do YouTube searches or whatever, any storm, I saw it on last time when I was doing research on what happens around here, and some idiot at some roofing company is saying, "All right, look out for the storm chasers. They're going to be coming and knocking on your door and telling you you have damage," and it's not true. Like, idiot. This is your customer right here. Like, well, I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to say, call me, I'm local.
Yeah.
But you're bagging on storm damage, saying it's not legit. Beware of the storm chaser. Your business should be storm enhanced. It shouldn't be storm dependent. But that's the thing. It's like, yeah, storm chasing. Beware of that. When it's after the fact, after something happened, yeah, why are you here? You're knocking the door, whatever. I don't remember anything happening. But if you can sell it before there's a need, there's literally zero pressure. There's none. When I'm knocking on your door and saying, "Hey, something happened, I'd like to inspect your house," it's a now thing.
Right.
There's but if it's for something that I don't even want your business right now, we can't even do business right now. Actually, it's just in case you have the insurance. Why not have the expert ready to go when it's needed, so that you're not behind the line of people calling into this office? You're first in the line.
Yeah, I mean, I could see a homeowner saying, "Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I don't need an inspection. I'm good. I know my house. I'm good." You're gonna have to counter that objection.
Right. Well, look, you're not going to close everything. It's just like any
Right.
other sale.
Yeah.
If you close 20%.
But it starts out with, "Excuse me, I'm just taking a survey. Do you have home insurance on your home that protects you against storm damage? Do you? Yes? Okay, great. If you have home insurance already, then you're pre-qualified for a pre-storm inspection by my company. What we want to do is we want to inspect your home, take photos of the home, so that we can document that your home is in perfect condition, and then you're pre-qualified in the event that a storm happens. We can come in and work directly with the insurance company, show them proof that there was no damage before the storm, and we handle everything with the insurance company directly. All you have to do is put your John Hancock on this piece of paper and pay your normal deductible. We handle everything else."
Right.
That's basically the sale right there.
In advance, right?
Yeah.
And I think you could make it very simple with, like we were talking about with the gravity wells.
Mhm.
It could be as simple as the first step is a book, right? A free ebook on preparing for the storm. And what's the first step? having the right contractor. I'm not advertising for you to call me. I'm saying you got to have the right guy. I don't care who you call, just make sure it's the right guy. And then that is automatically going to stimulate the question of, how do I find the right guy?
Sure.
It's difficult. I mean, how do you hire the right contractor ever?
Yeah.
How do you weed out 95% of them? You need somebody that meets these criteria.
Yep. Well, I'm not telling you to rip off Sean's book, because I would never tell you to rip off anybody's book. However, what we call it is swipe and deploy. When you look at a pre-existing model of something and then you do your own version of it.
He markets a book.
He has a book called The Ultimate Guide to Choosing the Right Contractor.
Okay. That's probably good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's been around for a while. I mean, if you're in the industry,
Yeah.
Everybody complains about the bad guys.
Hey, this is a consumer, what do they call that? A consumer guide. The Consumer's Guide to Choosing the Right Carpet Cleaner. This is a Joe Polish thing. The Consumer Guide to Choosing the Right Contractor. That's the book.
Okay.
So, you may want to license his book.
What's that look like?
What does that look like? Pay him a fee.
To what?
Say, hey, Sean, Clint told me about your book. I'm a contractor. I want to license the right to sell your book, or I want to write out to reprint your book, or I want to buy copies of your book. It's like,
So it's like a third-party reference, almost, outside of my niche. Here's another contractor saying, not me.
Right.
He's selling for me.
I mean, look, you can either write your own book or you can sell his book. But his book is The Ultimate Guide to Choosing the Right Contractor.
Okay.
Okay? Now, it's specifically designed to influence you to pick him.
Right. Right. It's his gravity well.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah, no, I thought that was, I don't know, where you're talking about, like, opening door. I have the analogy that doors open, you have to go through them. I don't know what the next door is that's going to open, but it's just a natural progression. When I bought the one-way ticket to New Jersey, I had no idea it was going to lead to all of these doors.
Yeah.
I had no idea that when I was struggling with the quality of the contractors I was doing business with, literally one of my main contractors that I was selling for under his name, he just finished like the last roof. He still has siding jobs to do. We haven't sold for him since July 2018, and he just finished the last roof. It took him more than a year. I can't control that quality. Like things, customers were not happy. It was a reflection on us.
Yeah, of course.
And I had to reinvent ourselves and actually open up a contracting company that can handle production, which wasn't a big deal because that was my past life anyway. I was really good at production. I actually wasn't great at sales.
Yeah.
Well, because it was a cash sale. Anyway, I didn't know that struggle was going to lead to home repair, and buying that website. It wasn't cheap, but it's an awesome website.
Oh, there's a lot of credibility in that website.
Right. I actually showed the banker when I did the wire. He's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "It's the internet, dude. This is like the biggest name I could produce. It's my storefront. What better name could I have?" Yes, I'm sure. Send the wire. I need, buy it. But yeah, and then now that's led to this.
Yeah.
Of like, I didn't know what meeting you 8 months ago was going to be, and now here's this national stage, and now I'm having these other, and then Will, and then here's this developer, and Will's telling me, "Tony, what you're doing, you can totally make it web-based." I always knew someday, some way, somehow, how you find the guy. So it's like doors are opening.
Yeah.
Like, what am I going to do with all this information? Like, literally, the pieces are on the table. You just need to connect the dots.
Yeah.
It's not going to be
well,
easy.
the good news is that once you get this set up, then your main job is traveling around and going on TV.
Right. And
Yes.
promoting it. Exactly.
Yes.
It's just, I'm the promo. Yeah, I don't necessarily have to have the production company anymore, although I probably would, because why not? It's a good stream of income. But it's promoting, it's bringing consumer awareness, and it's promoting the brand without even like on a Joe Smith who doesn't want me to advertise.
Right.
Creating fear and doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Where you get homerepair.com. I mean, I can't. You can't even mess up the spelling on it. I mean, you could, but you'll be a pretty poor speller.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the on-ramp. Yeah. So I thought, without having to even be involved with the customer. My customer is my competitor.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're like McDonald's. You're not selling to the guy who eats the hamburger. You're selling to the guy who wants to make the hamburger.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Those
good.
people, they're already out there, right? And I can teach them.
Are you the one that we were talking about that you should write the book about how to make your competitor your best customer?
No.
Was that you? Who was that?
It was the guy before me. It was on the hot seat. I screenshotted your notes there. I think it was that one. Yeah, I think I screenshotted his notes of how to turn your competitors into your...
Who was it?
It was a technology... Wait. Was it an attorney?
Oh. Yeah, we were talking about...
It was a consultant.
Yeah, we were talking about how he should write the book about how to turn your competition into your best customer.
Right, because he was servicing lots of different customers, but he was generating most of the income and 80%.
Oh, I remember
of his
who that
work
was. I remember who that was.
wasn't
That was
creating income.
That was Eric Couch,
I think that sounds right.
financial advisor guy.
Financial advisor. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He sold to other financial advisors.
Yeah.
He sold to his competitors.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, it sounds like you're going to do the same thing.
Right. Carefully.
How to turn your competition into your best customer.
Right.
It's a great book.
It's,
Who doesn't want to read that book?
Right. And it's similar to what it's what Anthony Delmedico is doing. So have to be careful not to like cross over lines there. Not that I care about crossing lines, but there's networking opportunities there. I don't want to mess up. I
Yeah.
don't want to step on his toes.
You know, he's elite.
Is he really?
At Carnegie Hall.
Okay.
Yeah. He'll be there.
I don't know him that well,
You'll know him now.
but yeah, he's he knows a lot.
Yeah. He's really good. He's a good speaker, good
Yeah, he
sales
is.
guy, knows a
Yeah.
lot about selling.
Yeah. So yeah, he's doing a similar thing, repackaging what he does and selling to his competitors with this Won the Storm event, and you have to pay to go to the thing. And
Yeah. If you want to be like Sean King, you need to get 8 or 10 clips on your media page, and then you can just start emailing out to places where there are storms. Or you could or you could call them, or you could have somebody call on your behalf.
Right.
You know, the only one who could really probably do a good job would be Christina. She's really the only one who could do it for you, because nobody else would care.
Right.
So, you know, it would be good to put her through the members area on the cold calling part. Have her learn how to do the cold calls. To book you on shows. And then you'll say to her, look, you know, Clint says it would be really good for you to call the cities where the storms happen and be my publicist. It will be very easy. If a storm happens, it'll be very easy for her to call up and say, hey, my name is Christina Silva from homerepair.com, and the CEO of our company is best-selling author of 95 Mistakes to Avoid When You're Hiring a Home Repair Contractor, and he is very aware of the storm damage in your area and is available to come on your show and talk about the 5 biggest mistakes to avoid when you're hiring a contractor to repair your storm damage. And they'll be like, okay, when can he come on? I mean, that's how it's going to be.
Because it's timely.
Yeah.
Timely. Very
Yeah.
timely.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Another one came up. I've seen a lot of people's books, and I never thought of myself as a writer, obviously, but I have a lot of knowledge. It makes the bottom line, how do I write the book? How do I? It doesn't need to be a book. It can. I've seen a small book. It's just a guide. It's a book. It's How do I write that? I wrote down some of the notes from the Extreme Speaker Training.
Yep.
And I could do that. I could throw up on the page what are the things. I could talk into the microphone about each segment.
Yep.
How do I take the next step? Because I'm not a great
Okay.
writer.
Then the next step is to have that throw up transcribed.
Right.
And then edited.
Just any editor?
You know?
Is there like,
you're not doing rocket science.
Okay.
You're not trying to write War and Peace.
Okay. You just need it grammatically correct, sound good,
you
flow
could
good.
find, a copywriter to edit it.
Okay.
Right? Because really, what you're writing is a brochure.
Right.
What you're really writing is sales copy.
Right.
So it has to be clean and easy to read. So, you don't want to have some academic editor.
Okay.
I would say hire a copywriter to take your throw up on the page and turn it into an easy to read pamphlet type book.
Okay.
Right?
Right. And then, well, like I said, I took the notes that you had, and you go, then you read it, and you send back another copy, and then they revise it. You get one last look.
Yeah.
And then now, once that's done, how do I publish it?
Then I publish through Amazon as paperback, or I publish through this other thing called Ingram Spark as a hardcover. You don't need it to be a hardcover.
No.
You need it to be a nice, easy to read
Paperback.
pamphlet, basically.
How do I handle the printing? Does Amazon
It's
do
print
that?
on demand through Amazon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can send one copy to the homeowner.
Okay. So Amazon will print the whole thing, bind it, everything,
Yeah.
and send one.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. Okay. Is there like a benefit to printing in advance? No?
I mean, you could buy 100 copies at a time and have them in your office.
Right.
And then you could ship them directly by FedEx to the homeowner if you want. Or you could just go on Amazon and order it and have it shipped to them directly. Whatever you want to do.
Okay.
I do all my stuff through Amazon. Like the Celebrity Launchpad book, that's printed through Amazon.
Okay.
Costs $3.
To print it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And then when they sell the book, who sets the price point? They do?
Nobody buys that book. Only I buy that book.
Oh. Okay.
I don't even have it for sale.
Okay. How do you get it to be an Amazon bestseller? Or not that book, but your other books, I guess.
Okay. The other books, like What They Teach You at the Wharton Business School or Break Through Your Upper Limits on TV, those are books that I publish.
Okay.
That I sell on Amazon. And we have a system where we have a network of buyers who buy the book at a certain time to make it a bestseller.
Okay.
And that's done not with the paperback, but through the Kindle book.
Okay.
We make the Kindle book a bestseller. If the Kindle book is a bestseller, then the paperback is a bestseller.
Okay.
It's a bestseller. The book is a bestseller. That's easy.
So what's my first book? Am I writing my first book to be an Amazon bestseller, bestseller or best author? Or?
That's what I think you should be giving away is, hey, if you want to get my guide to 95 mistakes to avoid, I think 95 is too big. It's like yours is a swipe and deploy of the ultimate guide to hiring the right contractor.
Okay.
Right? That's your book. And you need to make your version of that book. Then you make that book a bestseller. And now you say when you're on TV, hey, and if anyone watching this show wants a free copy of my best-selling book, 10 Biggest Mistakes to Avoid When You're Hiring a Contractor to Repair Your Storm Damage, just go to TonySilvasFreeBook.com.
Okay.
Or FreeStormDamageBook.com. Something like that. And I'll be happy to ship out my best-selling book to you. All you do is pay shipping and handling, or I even pay shipping and handling. Whatever you want to do, you'll test it to see which works better.
Okay.
But it's always better to give away a best-selling book.
Right.
But having a best-selling book is just marketing.
Right. Yeah. No.
The fact that it's a best-selling book is just marketing. And we can make anything a bestseller. It doesn't matter.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I need to get that done because that needs to be something that I offer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I assume, I guess when people go to the website to get their free book, they have to enter the address where it's going to be sent to.
Yeah.
Their email address. Now I've captured contact information too.
Yeah.
I can drip marketing on them for being prepared for that storm.
Yeah.
Being a future customer.
Obviously.
Right.
Now you've pre-educated them.
Right.
That has to be built into the book.
It's part of preparedness. Being prepared.
Hey, as a matter of fact, we offer a unique service. If you have homeowners insurance that covers storm damage, just give us a call. We'll have one of our team members nationwide come out to your house, inspect the home, document that you have no damage, and then in the event of a storm, you're all prepared.
Right, because we have before and after.
Yep. So it really becomes a lead gen mechanism
Right.
for your whole program.
Right. Okay. Any copywriter, that's the best place to edit and make it look good, sound good.
I think so. I mean, yeah. I mean, have I sent you my book co-authorship paperwork? Have you ever seen that?
No.
Okay. So I have two different versions of books that I do. I have your story as a book, and I have what you do as a book. This sounds like what you do as a book.
Okay.
It's not a lot of money. Okay, I just showed you where I recorded my interview with Entrepreneur Magazine. And now we're talking about my Entrepreneur's Adventures. That was one of my Entrepreneur's Adventures. Here's a good little room for us to walk around, because we can walk in circles. And basically what I'm saying to you is that, whoa, what's this place? It's like a little, oh, this is even better. This is even better. Okay, what I'm basically saying to you is that your main job is to raise your status in the eyes of customers and prospects. And in your case, your customers are not the homeowners, your customers are the contractors.
They will be, yes.
Okay, now in that sense, you want to focus as much time as you can on being the celebrity storm repair expert. You're going to be making videos, like I made a video today about this whole thing. You're going to be making videos about you traveling around the country, going on TV, advising people about how to repair their home after a storm. And remember how I talk about in the 5 video series? Those are those videos.
Right.
That 5 video series expands to be the storm repair adventures. Episode number 27 is, hey, I just got booked to go talk about storm repair in Biloxi, Mississippi. And my beautiful wife, Christina, and I are flying down there on the jet right now. Come on, let's go. That's number 27. Number 28. All right, so we're on the jet and we're flying down to Biloxi, Mississippi. And, you know, this storm was really bad. I heard that the whole neighborhood of, Applegate got completely flattened. And there's a lot of missing animals down there. Then episode 28, we're on the jet, and I'm going to be looking out for the dogs, because you know how much I care about dogs and animals. I hope we don't have to adopt any and bring them home, but we're going to, any animals that we find, we're going to try to help them to get to safety or to get to their owners, right? Then the third video is, okay, I'm here in Biloxi, Mississippi, and, wow, look at this amazing suite that they gave us when we told them we were here to go on TV. Because they gave us like one of the nicest suites I ever had when I checked in at the hotel there when I was on TV. And now we're gonna go to the TV station. It's early, it's 5 o'clock in the morning, so let's go. And we get in the car and we're driving over there. Wow, look at this place, look at the devastation, look at all this stuff. There's the TV station over there. It's a lucky thing that tree didn't take it out when it fell over. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Okay, great. That's episode number 28. All right. And then you go and do your appearance and you put that into episode 28. And then afterwards you wrap it up like, you're going to be editing them on your MacBook Pro.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
In iMovie.
Right.
Just keep
adding
them on. And then episode 29 will be, in the suite reflecting on what you learned, or back at home after it's over, or on the jet talking about what you learned in this process. So your 5 video series that I talked about
is an episode.
is several episodes
Okay.
of StormDamageAdventures.com
Okay.
or Storm Damage Adventures, your series. It's your own reality series.
I can do anything I want.
You can do anything
I
you
can
want.
even go to a customer's house in Scranton that is my customer and show stuff.
Yes.
Here's what we did. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then later on, here it is done.
It could be 3 different episodes for you. Like, all right, great. I'd really appreciate your letting me film. Like, right now we're in the process of documenting the home before there's any damage. And then hopefully I'll never see you again for this series. Here we are, Joe. The storm hit. It's a lucky thing we did the documentation. Let's take a look at the damage. All right, great. Well, this is going to be covered. This is going to be covered. This is going to be covered. Okay, great. All you have to do is sign here, and we're going to handle the rest of it with the insurance company. And I'll be back in 6 months to do the final video showing you the new house.
Right.
Then you go back 6 months later. Here we are with Joe. Joe, remember when I did that assessment and I did the pre-existing conditions? How lucky is it that we did that? Then, unfortunately, you got hit by the storm. What was it like for you? Get the human interest story, right? Where did you live? What did it feel like when the tree came crashing down through the roof? Did anybody get hurt?
Right. Good stories.
Right?
Right.
Then, okay, well, we've done all the repairs, and and here's the great news. You signed all the papers, we've done all the work, and as a matter of fact, I have Joe here from the insurance company. He's going to be making a special appearance. Joe, what do you got for the homeowner here today? Here's your check, Mr. Jones. Well, that's going to wrap it up for Storm Chasing Adventures, episode number 42. Mr. Jones, hold up the check. Are you happy? Good. I'll see you at the next storm.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
That's a reality. Like, here's the reality of it all. For guys like you and me, this is the beauty of what we do. We have money, we have time, we have technology. We have our own reality series. It takes place on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram
Where
and
nobody's
LinkedIn.
watching or somebody's watching.
Whether
You don't
anybody's
care.
watching or not, somebody's watching.
Right.
You don't need to know. I got some guy I've been corresponding with for the last couple of days in India. I've never heard of him before. He says he's been watching my videos for months and he's signing up for NASDAQ and Harvard.
Cool.
From India.
Right.
Just out of the blue.
Yeah, right.
Okay? Here's the beauty of it. The whole process of doing this reality series without any, here's the problem. You have to have initiative. You have to, you know how being an entrepreneur, nobody's telling you to do anything. You have to do it all on your own.
Right.
It's exactly the same way with this. Now, the good news is that as the celebrity entrepreneur, your main job is to just do this. Set up your systems so that you have your product. Your product is the business in a box,
Right.
leads, whatever,
Right.
your system. Now, your whole job is to go on TV and make the other content and upload it to your various social media channels and push it out there.
So that my customers,
Can find me.
contractors, find me, see it.
Find you.
I am the celebrity in their eyes.
Yes.
Right, I gotcha. It's the frosting on the cake. It says I want a piece of that.
Yeah. I believe this guy.
Right.
I mean, here he is. He's traveling all over the freaking country. He's on ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox all the time talking about this stuff. I don't know anybody else doing that. He's got a best-selling book. Here he is in the house with the Jones. Here he is with the check for $40,000. Here he is with the contractors. He obviously knows what he's talking about. Listen to the way he talks to the contractors. He knows how to talk to contractors. Obviously, he is a contractor. He has all the language. He knows what he's doing. Here, look at him talking to the insurance guy. He's bringing the insurance guy in with the check. He must be connected with the insurance companies. Then you'll have one episode where you're talking to the insurance guy. And he's like, yourhomerepair.com, you guys really shook up the industry.
Right.
It's your reality series. It just so happens it's not on E! Entertainment Network. It's on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn.
See, that's awesome, Clem, because...
And your website.
Right. Because my self-talk has been poor in this way. Who's going to want to watch that because it's so niche and nobody cares about. But to my network, they love it.
Yeah.
To the however many thousands of contractors were in Las Vegas in March, they love it. That is my market. So it's not about who's going to watch it. Who cares? To my customers, they care.
This is why you have to read Celebrity Entrepreneurship. When you read even the first chapter of that book, you'll see how Arnold Kopelson, my friend's father, who it turns out my whole life is modeled after that guy, he was nobody to 99.99% of the world. But to the 100 movie stars and studio executives who made all the biggest movies at Warner Brothers, Paramount, Fox, he was a god.
That's all that matters.
And they paid him millions of dollars
Right.
to work with Michael Douglas and Arnold Schwarzenegger and Harrison Ford and Tommy Lee Jones, all those guys, Al Pacino, and Keanu Reeves, they all worked with him. He made Seven with Fincher and Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
And nobody knows who he is.
Casey, I think, was that the guy.
And nobody knows who he is except for the power players in Hollywood. Those were his target market. Now, in your case, it's the power players in the construction industry, in the home repair industry. That's who you're going after.
Right.
And you're making your reality series for 1,000 people. What do you give a shit? You don't need to have 5 million views. You need to have 1,000 views by the right people.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was always my thing, even with social media.
Yeah.
You
Who
know,
cares?
they were like, "Oh, you need to do more, you need to say more." I'm thinking, who cares? Nobody's going to watch. Nobody's going to want to watch this stupid thing about how this customer's devastated, whatever. But I'm not trying to appeal to the national audience.
Right.
I'm trying to appeal to my market, which I'm developing still.
You're trying to appeal to your prospect, who is a good but small-time contractor who wants to be more.
Right. Doesn't understand this business.
Right.
Yeah, or wants to be a storm enhanced business. Because as a contractor, even in California, if you said you had insurance claim, when I was a contractor there, I didn't want to deal with you.
Right.
Like, I literally didn't want to deal with you.
You didn't understand.
It was a mess. I mean, I'd argue with the adjusters. I'm like, hey, I don't care if your customer gets their stuff done or not. Go somewhere else.
Another book you need to write is how to enhance your contracting business by getting into the insurance repair industry.
Right. It's enhancement.
Yeah.
Right. It's
how to add another 7 figures to your construction business.
Right.
By doing insurance work.
You're
That's a
already
whole
there.
nother book.
Right.
That's another book that, is going to sell less copies, but those are better prospects. Those are your exact prospects that you're looking for, who are the people who need to buy into your whole system.
Right. And the book gives me authority.
Yeah.
As an expert.
Yep.
All right,
I don't know. You may want to become the home repair expert on The Greatest Show of All Time.
I'm okay with that. That's credibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why Greg Hanna's doing it. He's
Right.
the cyber tech expert on the show.
Right. Yeah, no.
I have 2 options for that. There's $500 a week or $1,000 a week. $500 a week is for 2 minutes. $1,000 a week is for 5 minutes. So whatever you want to do, if you want to do that, no pressure. That's available for you. That would be a good segment for me to have because everybody's involved in a home.
Right.
And you would just talk about maintaining and repairing a home, right?
Right. No, I would love to do that. That's great credibility.
Yeah. In New York City.
I know. No, that's huge.
Yeah.
That's
and,
really good.
And it extends all the way into New Jersey, all the way to Pittsburgh.
See, that covers a lot of my market.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, sign me up. That's good. I don't know what that looks like, what I have to do, but I'll figure it out.
Well, what it looks like is that, we're going to do some of it by phone. Every time I go in the studio, I'll let you know I'm going in the studio. You're welcome to come in the studio. If you come in the studio, we'll do a Facebook Live, and I'll make you a video.
Okay.
If you can't come in the studio, we do it by phone, and then we just talk on the phone and record your segments, and then they get inserted into the show.
And then they edit it, and then when it's ready to air, it gets like
Yeah.
you're talking about the satellites. You build a show with segments.
Yeah.
Stack them. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so on Thursday night, I'm going in the studio. I'm going to call up Angela. I'm going to do a 2-minute segment with her about money. And then I'm going to call up Greg. I'm going to do a 5-minute segment with him about cyber security and technology. And if you want, we can do one about home repair and maintenance.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you give me like an idea of like, because I can talk about anything for a long time.
Here's the beauty of it, is that these are TV segments.
Okay.
So
it could be the
first one is going to be the mistakes to avoid if your home is damaged in a storm. Hey, we just had Hurricane Irma. Was it what? Whatever she
Dorian,
was.
I think.
Dorian, Hurricane Dorian, and a lot of people out there don't even realize that their home was damaged by Hurricane Dorian. You think, oh, it only hit as a Category 1. I got news for you. 58 miles an hour is enough to do damage to your roof.
Right.
Any kind of hailstones that are a quarter or bigger, that can damage your roof to the point where you're due repairs from your insurance company.
Right.
And you're dumb if you don't get them.
Right. Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, and there's always stuff happening. Especially if you're out of New York City. I mean, that's the whole East Coast.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, whatever. Send me whatever you need me to fill out for that one.
Okay.
I would love to do that.
Good.
It's a great...
it's a great piece of credibility. That's
huge.
You know, you heard me introducing Greg at Harvard. He's the cyber and tech expert on the greatest show of all time on WABC Radio in New York City. Please welcome Mr. Greg Hanna.
Right.
That'll be you next year at Harvard. He's the home repair and maintenance expert on the greatest show of all time on WABC Radio in New York City. CEO of HomeRepair.com, Mr. Tony Silva.
And like you said, these media assets you have, they are evergreen.
Yes.
You can use them forever.
Yeah. Now,
like I'll always be that.
Yes. And every show that we do, you can take it and just pull your piece out of it and make that a separate piece of audio on your website, or you could embed the whole podcast on your website, whichever you prefer.
Right.
There you go.
No, that sounds really cool too.
Okay.
Yep. Let's do it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Did you give me a lot to think about? That's a lot.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Not in a bad way.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good.
Once you open your eyes to what's possible as a celebrity entrepreneur, it's like, whoa.
It's a different world.
Yeah, that's why I say to people, you really have to show up, because unless you show up, you can't walk through the portal. Once you walk through the portal, your whole job is marketing. That's it.
Right.
You need to get your basic system in place that you want to be selling.
But even until then, I can use these pieces.
Oh yeah.
To my existing repair customers.
Yeah.
My sales team can sell this.
Yes.
It's huge value.
Yes. And when you're putting it on your segment proposals to go on TV.
Right.
Now you're not just the best-selling author of 10 Mistakes to Avoid When You Hire a Contractor and the CEO of HomeRepair.com. You're also the home repair and maintenance the home repair expert on the greatest show of all time on WABC Radio. Now you're a media personality.
Right. Yeah, no. It's the value is...
I get it. That's why I'm doing it.
Right.
That's why I'm doing it.
Well, that's what I said before. You're the bridge.
Yep.
Yeah. I can't do this unless there's a you. Because you're building the bridges and saying,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
Let's walk across it.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Like
know how to do
last
this.
night's conversation with Ed, you didn't understand half of what we were talking about. You will as you continue to go along, but I'm a few steps ahead of you in the world of media and in the world of celebrity entrepreneurship. So I can, for me, I can see what's possible more for you. Make the offer to you, and if you want it, you can have it, and if you don't, you don't,
Yeah.
But you're right, I'm the bridge. Welcome to the bridge.
Nice to meet you, Bridge.
Boom.
Nice.
All right, I think that's enough for this video. More to come, much more.
Sounds good.
I remember the time when I said to my daughter, hey, I'm gonna be on TV in Los Angeles. Are you gonna watch? I'm on the noon news. She goes, no, I'm not gonna watch. I go, what do you mean you're not gonna watch? She goes, Dad, you're on TV all the time. What are the benefits of being a celebrity entrepreneur? Well, your customers and prospects are gonna look up to you. Yes, obviously. But beyond that, you know, your inner self-talk is based on a lot of factors. And some of them are in the past, but some of them are occurring right now, in your present moments. And your self-talk is impacted by the way your children look at you and think about you. It's impacted by the way your employees feel about you. It's impacted by the way your parents or siblings feel about you. It's impacted by everything. So when you have these opportunities for, like, put it like this. Every single time I've taken my daughter to go to one of my construction sites, I was all excited because there were supposed to be a lot of guys working there and I was gonna look like I had a lot of stuff going on. Every fucking time I would get there, there'd be nobody there. Not a person, just shut down tight, right? Never once was I ever able to look like a big shot to my daughter on a construction site because every construction site was abandoned. Guys weren't there. However, through the TV, I was able to do stuff because it wasn't just the fact that it wasn't just seeing me on the show. It was seeing it all on my website, seeing it all on my Facebook, on my YouTube, having it always be there, knowing that it was there, seeing pictures of it in the magazines, all this stuff. You know, the marketing materials impacted the way she thought about me. And that changed my self-talk too.
Right.
And that's part of what you're gonna get out of this also. And I'm not saying that you need to get a swell head. Don't. Stay the humble guy that you are. If you can just stay the nice, humble guy that you are right now and become the big, quote unquote, celebrity and do 50, 100 television appearances, then that'll be even better. I mean, you know, do you think I come from ego? Do you feel my ego at all?
No.
Right?
No, you're just real.
Right? There's no ego. None. I just know what I know. That's it.
Right.
I'm very confident about what I know.
Well, you're the authority.
I'm very confident about what I actually know. And that's not ego. That's just reality.
Right. There's a difference between ego and confidence, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But you just stay the nice guy that you are and put out and create all this marketing and do this stuff. And, you know, if you want it bad enough, you could become Grant Cardone. I don't want that. But if you want that, you could do that. That involves having videographers following you around all the time. That involves having, a right-hand man, like whatever that guy's name is.
I actually don't follow him. I know him.
You know, it involves having staff. Grant Cardone has big staff. He's got all kinds of salespeople and all kinds of staff. I don't want that. I just want to be, we're doing a little under 3. We would like to go to 4.5, whatever.
Right. For now. I mean, that's how far you see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What's next?
Yeah.
I think I asked you this before. How do I connect my business website, thehomerepair.com, to my TonySilva.tv, or do I?
Yeah, you can.
Connect those two?
Sure.
Is it a link?
Yeah.
How do I do that?
Okay, you have a section on TonySilva.tv called About Tony.
Okay.
Tony Silva is the CEO of HomeRepair.com. Hot link.
Okay, what about back? From the HomeRepair.com to...
On HomeRepair.com, about us.
Tony Silva is the
right?
CEO.
Here's the team. Now, on HomeRepair.com, there's got to be a lot of team.
Okay.
You have a lot of team, right?
I do.
It should all be there.
Everybody's there.
Everybody's there. Well, on yours, it should be Tony Silva, CEO. Click the link. It takes you to TonySilva.com.
Okay. So what about the content that I'm putting out there on my own personal website and on YouTube, and should that also go on my website?
It can if you want to. I would say, what I would put on that one would be more like, I don't know the answer to that question. There's a certain appeal to putting anything on there because people like watching the journey. I remember when American Idol first started out, like season 3, I was talking to my daughter's mom about it. And she goes, yeah, what's so great about American Idol is you see them in the beginning and then you follow their journey as they get better and better and better. And some people are going to enjoy that aspect of what you're doing. They're going to enjoy watching appearance number 1 in Phoenix,
Right.
and then appearance number 50 on Fox News Channel. The growth.
Right.
That's part of what people are going to enjoy. You could pick up fans from that who will become home repair customers or
because
contractor customers.
Right now, Angela just puts on there things like, our CEO spoke at NASDAQ, and then there's a link to a video, and I have had some sales come from that. We're not closes, I would say, because my sales guys are already there, and then the customer, whatever, they've done research on us, and they've told, for example, Chris, a couple of customers said, hey, yeah, we did some research on you guys. We saw your CEO, he spoke at NASDAQ. Well, you guys are a big deal. And when he showed up, they were already closed.
Right.
Because of that one.
That's called marketing.
How much do I put on there?
That's
How many
marketing.
things?
Yeah. I would say, look, you're involved in a lot of my high status marketing. So why don't you just restrict it to the high status stuff for that website, which is doing great.
Stuff.
Yeah. And then for those who really are interested in you, they'll follow you to your Tony Silva website.
Or Instagram or Facebook or whatever.
Yeah. But, if you've got the solid, you got NASDAQ, Harvard Club, all this good stuff, you're going to have Wells Fargo, Google or AT&T, Rockefeller Center.
Should
you're
I
going
put the TV stuff or no?
You can.
Yeah, it's just it's a mention, so I get a media page once a month that Angela says these are our segments and I can make any adjustments or whatever, but I think she calls it a marketing deck page.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know what's going to be pushed out in advance.
Yeah. So you're telling me that people have gone from cold leads to warm leads because of NASDAQ?
Yes. According to my sales guys. And this is just on my Monday meeting, Chris is like, hey, Tony, before we go, I just want to let you know something that happened. We were had a couple of customers last week, both of them ironically totally different customers. When they're signing up our service agreement, they mentioned to me that they had done research on our company and they found you, and they're like, hey, your boss spoke at NASDAQ, I saw. That's really cool. You guys are a big deal. It's like it was almost like an endorsement for them to feel comfortable to sign. They were laydowns already. They were sold. Chris didn't know this going in. He didn't need to. But yeah, they helped him close the deals. I don't know how many deals have been helped to be closed by that.
Well, that's the 10x inbound sales script.
Yeah, right.
Right?
I just learned that, right? I just learned that.
Right? Which is, do you mind if I ask how you found out about our company? Did you see our CEO speak at NASDAQ or the Harvard Club in Boston with Suzanne Summers?
Or on TV.
Right. See?
That's say the on TV thing now.
Yeah.
Right.
So
and that can, we
definitely put the appearances on the website.
Right.
Okay? Good.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
So I'll just start I have a folder in my Dropbox that I share with Angela and I put stuff in there. I'll just come up with a protocol for her for the content that needs to go in the next month's upcoming deck page.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes. That's really cool.
Yeah, and then month by month, you can say, hey, our CEO appeared on the following media this month.
Right.
Arizona 7, and whatever else.
Right.
And and here he is speaking at Carnegie Hall, because we are going to supply you with photos.
Right. Covertly. I don't care. No, that sounds great.
Yeah. Here he is with Martha Stewart at Carnegie Hall. That photo, we have all rights to use, no problem.
Right.
Right?
Right. Yeah, I can't wait for you to ask her the question, what kind of roof does she have?
Yeah.
That's going to be valuable.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Here he is with iced tea and cocoa. That's going to be valuable.
Right. They live in Florida, right?
They live in New Jersey, and her mom is from Arizona.
Is he from New Jersey?
They live in New Jersey.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Is he from Jersey? No.
I don't know.
I think he's from LA, I thought. Maybe
I don't know. Yeah, you gotta use all of this stuff. This is celebrity marketing. And then you should write articles about, what I learned about home repair from Martha Stewart. Boom.
I need to offer Ice-T a free home repair. He lives in New Jersey. Like, it's valuable. What if he's my client? Somehow, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't think you need to do that.
No?
No. I don't really think you need to.
Hi-
I think the picture of you backstage with him at Carnegie Hall in the dressing room, drinking champagne, is fine.
Okay. Yeah, no.
I'm telling you, you don't need to spend $40,000 on a home repair for him. You got a photo with him in the dressing room. It's almost as good.
Okay. Yeah, that was one of the things you have as high-profile clients.
I get it. Yes, but celebrity attachment is even better.
Okay. Yeah, the photo with them, right. Yeah, next week's gonna be wild, man.
Yeah.
It's next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Week from today.
It's fucking nuts.
You did that.
Huh?
You did that.
Did what?
Carnegie, it's your baby.
Yeah.
You gotta be proud of that, though.
Well, like I said, I'm really looking forward to going on the other side of it. I'm going to enjoy it, but I know that it's going to change me. So I'm really excited about that transformation. I want to see what that's going to be like. Won't be long now. As they say, you ever watch The Little Rascals?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the episode where the dog catcher gets Petey and puts him in the gas chamber?
Oh, no.
The dog on The Little Rascals, the dog catcher catches Petey the dog, puts him in the gas chamber, and all the people, like all the kids, go to the dog pound. And they're like, please let Petey out, please let Petey out. The dog catcher's standing there with the door closed on the gas chamber, and he goes, it won't be long now. And then he opens the door, and there's Petey, alive, and he just runs away, and that's the end.
Huh. No, I didn't. I don't remember that one.
Another happy ending on Celebrity Entrepreneur's Adventures. What you don't understand about celebrities is that celebrities are often made fun of because they have to travel with their entourage. And people don't understand that when you're a celebrity, you're on the road a lot. I have 160 nights already this year, something like that. And if I didn't have my wife and my dog with me, I'd feel alone or not at home, because I really believe that home is where your dog is. I really believe that. Yeah. So we bring our dog everywhere, and I bring my wife and my dog everywhere, and I don't feel like I'm deprived in any way. I love staying in hotel suites. We have one suitcase each, and our dog. And we feel like we're at home wherever we are, because it's, the only thing we don't have is like a few pieces of furniture that are at home. Who gives a shit? Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no.
So you have to make that dog an actual service animal, have your letter, have your rabies certificate or whatever, bring it with you, put a vest on the dog, put it under the seat on the plane. Anybody who asks, that dog can go to any hotel. You don't have to make advance reservations. You don't have to pay for it to fly on the plane. It's free. You have to be a service animal, not an emotional support animal, but an actual service animal. And they'll ask you, what service does the dog provide? And you say, macular degeneration.
Okay.
That's an eyesight issue.
Okay.
That's what you say. Sounds really good, right?
Uh-huh.
There you go.
So yeah, she's not a service animal.
It's got to be service.
She's an
Emotional is no good. Now you're going to have to pay to get them on the planes. Some planes will refuse them. Some hotels will refuse them. It has to be a service animal. Okay? You need a doctor's letter. You can sign up for an identification card and pay $35 or $100 and get an identification card.
Yeah, how ID card, they're sending me a vest and I have a letter.
Cannot be an emotional support. It has to be service. It could be PTSD. Do you have PTSD?
No.
She does. She's got PTSD. See what I mean? It's her service animal. And that service is PTSD. that's the service. Right? Doesn't she have
I don't
PTSD?
think it's been diagnosed, but it's possible.
Hell yeah, she's got PTSD. Yeah, 100%.